It is Friday night once again, and Kansas high school football is in high gear as the second game of districts happen tonight across the state. The Lakin Bronx, 4-1 on the season and 1-0 in districts, has traveled to Cimarron to take on the 4-1 Blue Jays, who are also 1-0 in district play. Tonight, a huge game for both teams as they try to stay undefeated in district play. Lakinsports.com and Lakin Bronx Sports on YouTube are excited to bring you tonight's game, and they thank the sponsors who made the video webcast possible. Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy, Fred Ritzema. D-Bach Metals, Dwayne Bachman. The Stampede. The Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank. The Agency of Lakin and Garden City. Flashbacks Diner of Lakin. The Lakin Drug. Along with Shelter Insurance, Gwen Wechter, the Golden Plains Credit Union, the Lakin Recreation Commission, Pioneer Communications, the Kearney County Community Development, Ralph Goodnight, and Hendricks Welding, Brad Hendricks. To Cimarron we go for the coverage of tonight's football shootout. Here's the voice of the Lakin Bronx, the award-winning Brad Hendricks.
Good Friday evening. Welcome to Lakinsports.com, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining us tonight for Bronx District Football. Tonight, the Bronx, 4-1 on the season, are at Cimarron. The Blue Jays come in 4-1 as well. A beautiful night for football. Sun is setting in the west. And just to let JD know, he is not going to be with us tonight, but JD, there's clouds to the west, so the sun's not in our eyes. So I knew you'd kind of want to hear that, just kind of rub it in a little bit. But I hope you're feeling better, and we look forward to having you back here with a headset on with us next week. So glad you'll be watching, but just had to rub it in that there's a few clouds to the west, so we don't have to look totally into the sun. So. But once again, it's a great night for football. The Bronx coming off a big homecoming win last week against Southwestern Heights, winning that one by the score of 12-6. And it's going to be a good one tonight. The designated hitter tonight, or pinch hitter, I guess, tonight, Jared made the trip with us. So Jared's sitting in, and Jared, going to be a nice night, and it's going to be a fun night of football tonight.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think so. Cimarron game, Lakin game, always an interesting one.
And these are old High Plains League rivals, and as I had talked to Coach earlier, they're no longer in the High Plains League, but with the way districts are set up, Cimarron will always be on the Bronx schedule until one goes up or one goes down in classification. But always going to be a rivalry, and hopefully the Bronx can get the upper hand on it tonight.
Yeah, it's always one of those games, if you go into it, you want to come away with the win, but also if you don't, you want to make sure that you gave it everything you got because you don't want to leave no regrets against this team.
Exactly. Well, our pregame tonight is brought to you by the Golden Plains Credit Union.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You can lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
And we want to take the time to thank all the great sponsors that make Lakinsports.com and Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube possible. Without their generosity, we would not be able to do what we do on game nights. Our coach's interview brought to you by Shelter Insurance, East Highway 50 in Lakin. Gwen Wechter, the agent. Thank you very much.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
And welcome back to LakinSports.com. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining us for Bronx football tonight as the Bronx hit the road to battle the Cimarron Blue Jays in district play. We're now joined by Bronx head coach Chris Bamberger. And, Coach, last week another big district win, but took a little extra, had to play it in a steady rain.
Yeah, and we kind of looked all week long and didn't really think that we were going to get a whole lot, and then all of a sudden it kind of brewed up a little bit. And it was never enough to be a lot, but it was just a constant sprinkle, drizzle, whatever you want to call it, enough to get you good and wet if you stayed out in it very long.
And with the conditions last week, it was a low-scoring contest, which a lot of times in those kind of conditions you expect that. But it was a pretty clean game. Not a lot of penalties and not a lot of turnovers, as you would think with the wet football.
Yeah, I think it was enough that it limited what we felt like we were confident in doing as far as outside the run game. It definitely did make the ball wet. It made our quarterback, Servando was a little unsure about throwing the ball. I definitely think it impacted, our decision-making on how we were handling the ball.
And one thing about it, with conditions like that, I've seen it in a lot of sports and even played a lot of golf in conditions. Sometimes it makes you concentrate a little bit harder to do the things that you're supposed to.
Yeah, and I feel like for the most part we handled the ball pretty well. We did those things that we needed to do with it. I think late, in that pretty important drive late, we fumbled a couple snaps, but I think it had less to do with, the weather elements and more to do with focus and just locking in, but I definitely think so.
You talked about Servando, a huge game last week. He was our DBOC Medals player of the game, but it seemed like he almost willed the Bronx to a win last week with his big night. 188 yards on the ground and scored both Bronx touchdowns.
Yeah, we felt like we've kind of been waiting for him to have one of those games. Hopefully it's just a trend now for him, because depending on, whatever we're going to need a big game out of him. We're going to need a big game out of Allen. We're going to need those seniors to really show up. And, I feel like without his performance that night, obviously we were in a tough one as it was, but it would have definitely been an uphill battle for sure.
And that's one of the marks as a senior as well. He did not want to lose that football game. It was obvious. And not to say that he was the only reason that the Bronx won the football game, but I really thought the line of scrimmage, Bronx on both sides of the line of scrimmage did a good job as well.
Yeah. I feel like that was the difference of the first half and the second half. The kids we probably weren't coming off the ball like we've seen them do at times, and we weren't executing like we've seen them do at times. And so I think in the second half that was something that they took to heart, and they went out in the second half and really focused on getting off the ball and being physical and, getting the yards that were there and trying to extend drives.
And that's something we've seen from the Bronx the last couple of weeks in that big win at Ellis and then again last week. But I really think, for one, the Bronx are hitting a lot better, but they're also tackling a lot better, which helps.
Yeah, and again, that's something that you hope you hope you do well. I'll be honest, we don't full contact, full to the ground tackle a lot in practice, just due to our depth and we just don't want to take a lot of risks in practice, losing a kid. We try to do it, and we try to do it in calculated situations, but it's something that you hope that we'll continue to do on Friday. If you don't on Friday, it definitely makes you think, well, we're going to have to put this in practice, to get some more reps at it.
Defensively, like I said, the Bronx hitting and tackling, but the Bronx have been locking down on defense, but tonight could be an opportunity to really see where this defense is against a very talented Blue Jay team.
Yeah, man, they got a 1-2 punch in the backfield. They got some very skilled guys on the perimeter at wide receiver. The Harrison kid at quarterback he's as good as we've seen this year, Brett. He's very, very talented. His arm talent is impressive. His speed and athleticism is very, very solid, and his physicality. He plays with a physical smash mouth concept that you really respect as a opponent.
This is game 3 of district with 2 to play. The Bronx and Blue Jays both come in 2-0. To say it's a big game might be an understatement, because the winner of this game definitely gets an upper hand in the district as far as who might get that Week 9 home game.
Yeah, and it's been crazy how this game has been this way since I've been at Lakin. I feel like it's really come down to a lot of the Cimarron-Lakin game. And definitely feel like we got to get them all. We can't let any get away from us. But, this has been a big matchup for us regardless, and no matter how the district shakes out, it's an exciting game for our kids. It used to be a league opponent, not, but very familiar opponent, whatever. And, they're always good. They're always tough, and, there's been some really good matchups and some ugly ones too. So, hopefully we can come out today and have another tough matchup here.
In the way districts are set up, of course, Cimarron's not in the High Plains League anymore, which Lakin played them annually. But the way the districts are set up, they will be a regular opponent for the Bronx just because of the locality and the way districts are set up. The Bronx 18-22 all-time against Cimarron. And looking back at a lot of the stats that I have, one of the few teams throughout the history that Lakin does not have a winning record against. And the Bronx have lost their last 7, the last win coming in 2013. And I'm sure the boys, more than anything, would love to put an end to that tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you look back on, and this is just a team that has definitely had our number the last few years.
Yep.
And anytime you can match up with those teams, and you want to try to feel like you get over the hump, that's something that we always aspire to do. We always try to come out here and give ourselves a chance to win, and that's what we hope to do today.
Well, Coach, it's going to be a beautiful night tonight for football. Light wind out of the southeast, but not a raindrop in sight. So I think it's going to be a great night. As always, thanks for taking the time to come up and join me. Best of luck tonight, and we look forward to talking to you when we're done.
You bet. Thank you, Brett. We appreciate you.
It's our privilege. Thanks, Coach. Good luck. That's Bronx head coach Chris Bamberger as Bronx gets set to battle the Cimarron Blue Jays in district play here on LakinSports.com, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. When we come back, we'll continue with the pregame right here on LakinSports.com. Don't go away.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 Dream Car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
And a big thank you to Gwen Wechter Shelter Insurance for their continued sponsorship of Lakin Bronx sports activities on LakinSports.com. Our League Outlook brought to you by Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Welcome back to LakinSports.com, our League Outlook. Full slate of games going on in the High Plains League and around the area in district play. Let's look at some scores from last week. Elkhart 22 and Sublette 14, so the Wildcats with a big win. Remington at Stanton County, a district game. That game was canceled due to COVID considerations. And in 8-man football, Wichita County all over Ness City by the score of 72-30. In District 7, Cimarron, the Blue Jays all over Syracuse by the score of 60-12. Thomas More Prep blanked Ellis by the score of 27-0. And in our game last week, at least you got to see it. You may not have got to hear it all, but the Bronx pulled out a 12-6 win over Southwestern Heights in the rain. Some games this week, and I screwed that part of it up, week 6 games, so we won't worry about it. In District 7, though, we'll cover these games. And in here, District 7, Southwestern Heights 1-4 on the season. They travel to Hayes to battle TMP. TMP comes in 4-1. The Bulldogs of Syracuse 1-4. They travel to Ellis. Ellis is 0-4. And of course, our game tonight, the Bronx 4-1 and the Blue Jays 4-1. Our High Plains League Outlook and Area Outlook brought to you by Pioneer Communications.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
And we continue our pregame to take a look at what's going on at Lakin High School this past week and what's coming up next week. This segment brought to you by the Stampede, and we talk about the Stampede every week, Jared, and what a great organization. They don't just limit it to athletics, but they do a lot of activities and different groups throughout the school, but a great fundraising group for Lakin schools.
Yeah, and we can't thank them enough to be able to help out the community in that way. I mean, they offer so much stuff for our kids, no matter what you're doing, if it's a sport or an activity. I mean, great thanks to them, and glad that they can be able to help out this community the way that they do.
Well, let's see what's going on at Lakin High School this past week. Last Saturday, the volleyball team was at Scott City. The Lady Broncs went 3-2 on the season, losing to Scott City and losing to Lebo, but defeated Wheatland, Norton, and Colby to finish 3-2 on the day. Girls golf at Lakin last week at the Lakin Invitational. Allie Mead finished in 9th place. Anais Gonzalez finished in 14th. Cross country at Syracuse, the boys team finished 3rd and the girls team finished 5th. Last night, the Lady Bronc volleyball team was at Hugoton for a triangular. The Lady Broncs were swept by Hugoton and then turned around and swept Guyman. Things going on next week, and starting with tomorrow, the Lakin Invitational Cross Country meet at the Lakin Golf Course. I believe races start at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning with middle school runners first, and then the high school runners, somewhere around 10 o'clock in that neighborhood. So if you want to see some good cross country action tomorrow at the Lakin Golf Course, you can check out the Bronc cross country team. I've heard over 400 runners will be there tomorrow. Next Monday, JV football versus Cimarron has been canceled, and Lakin at the Lakin Country Club is hosting regional golf at Lakin next Monday. Next Tuesday, senior night for the Lady Bronc volleyball team as Lakin hosts a triangular against High Plains League foes Sublette and Southwestern Heights. Those matches begin at 5 o'clock. And next Thursday, the High Plains League cross country meet at Southwestern Heights. And everything happening at Lakin High School is brought to you by the Stampede. When we come back, we're going to look at our starting lineups brought to you by Lakin Hay and Lakin Dairy, Fred Ritzman. Uh-oh, my podcast died, so you know what, we'll just see if I can get it going, but everything else is working. We can live without this if it crashes on me. Here we go, got it back up. Big thank you to Fred Ritzman, all he does for Lakin High School.
Fred Ripsema established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
We'll take a look at the Bronc starting lineup. I don't have Cimarrons, and we pay attention to Lakin anyway. So,
all right, so since we have these new bleachers, some of you are already accustomed to this.
And I had them here, now I can't find them. Oh, that's so typical of me. I'll tell you what.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Here we go.
We're going to stomp our feet as long as we
Broncs 4-1, and they start this way. At center, Omar Gonzalez.
All right, so we're going to try
At right guard, Darian Edgington. At left guard, and I'll tell you what, I am messing this all up.
Hey, real quick, I got a special shout out to one of the
Here we go. Left guard is Cedar Brown.
told that I had to play this song for her. So let me find it.
I'll tell you what, I've messed this up. We're going to forget it. I've got Eden White in the lineup, and he's not in the lineup because Draven is in that position. Cedar Brown at right tackle, Caden Mings at left tackle. The wideouts, Tyler Tarpley and Curtis Beam. The fullback is Alan Martinez. The slot backs, Colter Oldham and Connor Hudson. And the quarterback is Servando Gonzalez. The coaches for the Bronx, Chris Bamberger, Chris Pollard, Travis Johnson, Wyatt Giroux, and Bryce Simon. So our offensive line starters, Omar Gonzalez, Darian Edgington, Draven Shavir, Cedar Brown, and Caden Mings. And I got that better the second or third time around. So, but our starting lineups, like I said, I don't have Cimarron starting lineups, but we'll get those as they are introduced. And of course, our starting lineups brought to you by Lakin Hay and Lakin Dairy. One of the segments that we talk about at this point are keys to the game. And Jared, tonight's a big district game. Weather's not going to be a factor, but both teams come in 2-0. What do the Bronx need to do to come away with a win?
I mean, just based off of last week, I mean, I said it last week, Bronx had to battle the adversity of the rain, stuff like that. And you know what? Defense stood up quite a bit to be able to go against them. So tonight, with clear skies, no wind, I mean, the perfect football weather you could ever ask for. As long as they take care of the ball on offense, I think their defense is going to do their job no matter what. And from offense, I mean, their defense is going to make plays. I mean, the energy is all on offense. So as long as we get our offense going here in the first quarter and just kind of take that first initial punch to them, that's going to be the tone of the game, and it's whether the Bronx said it or if the Blue Jays said it tonight.
And the thing about it is, Cimarron is a high-powered offense. They have a quarterback that's throwing for 121 yards per game, but he also leads the team with 464 yards on the ground. So he's definitely a dual threat. But the thing tonight, and like you said, taking care of the football, you don't want to give an offense like Cimarron extra chances.
Yeah, as long as this Bronx defense limits everything that they can possible and our offense takes care of the ball and not give the Blue Jays extra opportunities that they missed out on, I think the Bronx are going to be in great shape tonight.
Well, as our pregame continues, we want to thank Lakin Hay and Lakin Dairy for all their support of what we do here on LakinSports.com. We're going to take a timeout, and then we'll continue with the pregame right after this.
Fred Ripsima established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
Our pregame brought to you by the Golden Plains Credit Union.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You can lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
Welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. And the Cimarron High School Band is on the field. I think we're going to be getting ready for the national anthem, but Cimarron has not made their way to the field yet. The scouts are up on the hill ready to hoist the flag. So they're waiting for the Blue Jays to take the field. A beautiful night for football here tonight, and looking forward to a good game. Bronx and the Blue Jays. You only got to play in 2 of these because you only played the 2 years in high school football. I know Tyler got 4 years worth out of it. But I think if Lakin circles a game on the calendar every year, it's got to be the Cimarron game, because for one, it's going to tell you where you stand, and they're just a very good opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's always one game. May not look at it very early in the season, but when it starts getting close, it's one game that you're definitely focused on. I mean, it's always a big game, and it's always a big opportunity that we want to take away with a win.
And one of the things that, I've done this for parts of 17 years now, but when we've talked to coaches and done some postseason shows, when you go back and if the Bronx were able to beat Cimarron in basketball or football, you always ask the kids, what was a signature win during your career? And it always seems to go back to a win against Cimarron.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
So the Cimarron band taking the field. The Blue Jays are out now. And we will now rise for the playing of our national anthem.
For our freedom, with the playing of the national anthem, by the pride of Blue Jay country, the CHS Marching Band.
Nice job by the Cimarron Blue Jay Marching Band. Flag up on the hill to our north. I like such settings like this when you got a field that's kind of dug down into a little bit of a bowl. And a nice setting here. And I'll tell you, we're going to get very lucky tonight. The wind is out of the south, and I can tell you a number of times being here for football games, that wind blows in off that north hill. It can flat get cold. So we're going to have a nice night for football, Jared.
And a big game as well, so everyone should be ready to go.
Captain's getting ready to go out to midfield. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll just hold off. We'll wait for the coin toss, and then we will get set with our first quarter sponsor. But once again, we want to thank all our great sponsors that make LakinSports.com possible tonight, as with every night.
Number 2, Jordan Smith. Number 56.
Captains for the Bronx, Junior Gonzalez, Curtis Beam, Tyler Tarpley, and Cedar Brown. Bronx in the road white uniforms, purple letters and numbers trimmed in gold, going with the white over gold tonight. I believe they went white over purple at Ellis, I believe it is. And I'll tell you what, I like the all white look too. They've broken out the white pants on occasion as well. I like the white on white as well, but the Bronx with some different color combinations and going with the white over gold tonight.
And you know, I did notice the old Cimarron's helmets over there when I went over there to the restrooms and they were walking up that ramp to go to their locker room. Black helmets with silver. Their logo's in silver. I kind of like that look too.
Cimarron has won the toss and they've elected to defer their choice to the second half, and the Bronx will receive in the end to our left. But was it black or are they just dark blue?
It could be dark blue, but it definitely looked dark like black. But, you know, I'm always a fan of those alternates if it's black and then any other color. I mean, I'm always a fan, so.
Our first quarter brought to you by the Kearney County Bank of Lakin.
Home improvements that have had to wait. The dream vacation your family deserves. even college tuition. Garden City State Bank can help you make it all happen now, not someday. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow up to 90% of the value of your home, and the interest may be tax deductible. Plus, there are no closing costs, no application fees, and no annual fees. A fast, easy, convenient home equity line of credit from Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank. Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Blue Jays in the home dark blue uniforms, Carolina blue letters and numbers. I'll say Carolina blue. I don't know the official, but that's about as close as it can get. And Bronx will be defending the south goal, going from our right to our left in this first quarter. Braxton Harrison to kick it off. Pretty much the do-everything for Cimarron. Their starting quarterback, nearing 100 yards of total offense. Actually is over 1,000 yards in total offense so far this year. Harrison approaches the ball, and we are underway. And that kick landed at the 5 and just took an abrupt right turn and went out of bounds. So the Bronx will start with good field position with the kick out of bounds. Leading the way for the Bronx quarterback, Servando Gonzalez, wearing number 3. Alan Martinez, the fullback. The slot backs are Connor Hudson, Colder Oldham. So the Bronx 1st and 10 at the Lakin 35-yard line. Straight give up the middle. Alan Martinez across the 35 is going to fall for almost 3 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 7. The only thing that I ask you to do tonight, Jared, is keep an eye on those sound bars.
Yeah,
keep our fingers crossed, and I've been knocking on wood since we got here, but all the trouble we had last week, and so far we're doing well. So 2nd down and 7. Hudson in motion. The give is up the middle once again. Alan Martinez in a sea of blue falls across the 40-yard line for a gain of just over 2 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and a short 5, long 4. We're just underway in our first quarter here at Cimarron. The clouds to the west. We don't have the sun in our face. So, JD, I tell you, buddy, how many years have we been over here and you've had to squint looking into the sun? And I just have to rub it in a little bit. You know, the conditions are perfect. Hope you're feeling better. Servando with the snap, brings it near side, fights off the first tackler, but the second wave is going to hold him short of the first down. He might get to the 44-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 1 from the Lakin 44-yard line. See if the Bronx take a chance right here on the first drive, Jared.
Yeah, it looks like they are,
and
too.
They're going to. I like the gambling mentality. I tell you what, I would probably be a losing coach. Oh, and Servando faked it up the middle, went around the end, and nothing doing there. He was led by Ethan Ogles, and Cimarron's going to take over. Cimarron will take over in great field position at the Lakin 43-yard line. Now the defense is just going to have to step up, but I still like the call. We doing okay, Jared?
Yeah,
I hate that slider for that. Yeah, I hate that slider for the down and distance.
I mean, I could type it, but I'm trying to figure all this out.
Harrison in the gun, back behind him. He fakes and we'll take it around the end. Nice open field tackle that time by Tyler Tarpley. Servando missed in the backfield.
41-yard line, maybe 2nd down.
Yeah, I can type it in, so we're going to figure this out.
All righty, short gain of 2 yards on the play brings up 2nd down and 8. Cimarron on their first possession after holding the Bronx on a 4 and out. The Bronx going forward on 4th down and coming up short. Once again from the gun. Give up the middle. Knifing through traffic is Holden Kite. And looking through the stats, Holden Kite does not even have a stat that I saw on Max Preps this year. So a relative newcomer, I guess, running the football for Cimarron, but he got enough for the first down just inside of the Bronx 30-yard line. Brett Hendricks along with Jared Hendricks. Thanks for joining us for Bronx football tonight. Blue Jays spread it out. 2 receivers to the near side. I formation. Give is up the middle. And that's, once again, Holden Kite. Kite's going to fall forward for about 2 yards. And they're going to actually give him 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 from the Bronx 27, almost 26-yard line. Some improvements to the stadium here at Cimarron. For years, they had the lower bleachers along that grass and wall across the way. Fake up the middle. Martinez was all over the fullback, but the pass is complete to Jordan Smith. So a 26-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Smith. So the Bronx gambled up the middle. Alan Martinez shot through the line, took the fake on the fullback, and Harrison with the 26-yard strike, and the Blue Jays will go for 2. Up the middle is Kite, and the run is no good. So with 8:25 to go in the first quarter, the Blue Jays on top of the Bronx, 6-0. But the Bronx that time tight on defense in the defensive backfield. They were playing up tight. And Jordan Smith able to slip through on the fake to the fullback. And an easy touchdown pass for Cimarron. Bronx next week will be back home for senior night against Syracuse. And of course we'll have that for you right here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube and LakinSports.com. It's hard to believe, but after tonight, there are 2 regular season games left. And then we will have the Week 9 game, but that'll be determined here in a couple of weeks. You wanted to do the Macarena there, Jared? They said something about 90s babies.
Hey, I might have been late 90s, but hey, I can still do a little Macarena. It's like them playing a little La Bamba during pregame.
Hey, you know what? It don't get any better than hearing a good La Bamba.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And we have our reasons why we love that song, of course.
The Rattlesnake, Richie Valens.
Yeah.
You can't ever go wrong, man.
Yeah.
I know Coach got a little kick out of that. He was watching me down there dance.
Harrison with the kick, a low line drive, skirts across the ground. Hudson picks it up. Reverse to Servando this way. He's weaving in and out of traffic. He'll be bottled up at the 35-yard line, and there is a flag on the play. Servando, being the quarterback, did a great job of holding that ball on his hip. I wasn't sure if he had it there at first. We'll wait and see what the play call is. What was that? Well,
he went like this.
Okay.
I didn't. Unless it's calling blocking the back, I did not see.
I know what that is. I saw it last night. It's a crackback block.
Oh, gotcha.
Crackback. Yep, that's what that was. Oh, he said blocking the back, but
because blocking the back's usually like this.
Yeah, it was actually a crackback with that indication. So the Bronx 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line.
Ball's going to be placed at the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
A costly penalty. The Bronx would have had it out near the 30.
Yep.
Instead, they'll start deep in their own territory, trailing 6-0. Bronx in a tight formation. Martinez, the lone back behind Servando. Servando will follow Martinez around the left side across the 20-yard line to about the 21, maybe 22-yard line. So actually gained about 7 yards on the play, maybe 6. Scoreboard has 6. So 2nd down and 4 for the Broncs. After losing the possession on their first, losing the ball on their first possession, the Broncs really need to come up with a big drive right here. In the last couple of weeks, the Broncs have been really taking care of the football with, actually the last 3 weeks, with long time-consuming drives. Servando under center. Pitch, and coming to the near side is Martinez. He fights off the first tackler and on the sideline slips. I don't know if he's going to have the, yep, he had enough for the first down, so 5-yard pickup.
Past it.
I thought he was going to have it anyway. So 1st and 10, Lakin at their own 26-yard line. If you're just joining us, the Blue Jays scored quick on their first possession, a 26-yard pass from Braxton Harrison to Jordan Smith. For Harrison, that was his 7th TD on the season, and for Jordan Smith, that's his 7th as well. Coming this way, Servando taken out of bounds. In on the stop for Cimarron was Michael Feltman. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Should have brought the iPad tonight and see how easy that one is.
No.
I know their interface is a little bit different, but being able to type it on there might have been better. But
yeah, and touchpad might have been even better too. How is my iPad?
Oh, it's great. Watch.
We got that for basketball last year, and it's never spent a night in my house.
I watch plenty of Sunday football. I set that up and watch on my TV too, so I can watch everything for fantasy.
Oldham in motion and has the ball around the left side. And he was stood up. Braxton Harrison on the stop for Cimarron. Gain of about 2, so 3rd down and 5 for Lakin. I thought as soon as Coulter got that football, it looked like a makings of a good gain on that side, but
that
of
one
course,
linebacker came out of nowhere.
Braxton Harrison's going to come out of nowhere for Cimarron. And actually, he's their safety. But Harrison, number 10, their do-everything player for the Blue Jays. Give up the middle. Martinez, nothing there but a sea of blue. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And I don't know that the Broncs would do a 4th and 5 from here, but we'll see. Servando comes to the sideline.
And they'll punt it.
Omar Gonzalez back to punt for Lakin. Back to receive is Harrison and Jordan Smith. One thing I forgot to bring is the lights. I've got it in my other equipment bag. I need to be throwing my lights in. Omar, high wobbly kick coming to the near side.
Right,
45. And it's going to be between the 45 and the 50.
Or I guess that'd be 46.
Yeah, they're
going to
put
spots it a little bit above.
At the Blue Jay 47-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10. Yeah, that ball landed right out of bounds right on the 46-yard line. What do we got? So the Blue Jays with a score on their first possession, now their second possession from their 47-yard line. Direct snap to Harrison. Looks like a broken play, but Harrison off the right side. He's past Gonzalez and Tarpley up the far sideline and will make it into the end zone for a 53-yard touchdown run. And just like that, the Blue Jays are up 12-0. Everything okay, Jared?
Yeah, that was my bad.
We good?
I messed up. when I put that memory card in, I didn't slide that door down.
That gate has got to come down. Yeah, I should have told you that.
I forgot about that. So.
Well, usually it pops up that it's open. Harrison, give up the middle. And the try for the 2 points is short. And with that, with 5:40 to go in the first quarter, Bronx trailing 12-0. Yeah, it's one of those things, and it even pops up on the screen that that gate's open.
I didn't even pay attention, so if it popped up and then went away, I missed it. So, yeah, that's my bad. So, sorry, Coach Bam. You have to get the YouTube footage.
So the Bronx find themselves in an early hole, 12-0, and we'll await the kickoff. Our first quarter brought to you by the great folks at the Kearney County Bank and Garden City State Bank. As we always do, we want everybody to thank the great sponsors that make LakinSports.com possible that have been with us for 15 years now. And I can't thank them enough. I thank them every time, every chance I get. And believe me, if you was to walk into the businesses tomorrow and told them thank you, it would be greatly appreciated. Almost catches them off guard. You know, there's times that they spend their money, and at times they wonder if it's being put to good use. And simple thank you when you go into their business means a lot. And so if you can, go in and tell them you appreciate all they do. Another thing we'd like to do, those of you watching, we'd like to hear from you. Send us an email, brett@lakinsports.com. That's BRET @lakinsports.com. I'd love to hear from you. Our sponsors also ask us, where do people watch us from? And we've had emails from all around the world. And so if you can, just drop us an email. Hey, you're on your computer anyway, so just type one out.
Either do that, or you know what? You probably don't mention enough is you should, just because you don't know. But I mean,
the chat,
we got live chat.
Yeah.
Drop it right there, and guess what? We'll see it right now. We'll recognize it.
Harrison with the kick. It has some backspin. Hudson picks it up, gives it off to Servando. And he's going to be dragged down at the 22-yard line. And you know what? That was almost close to, you can get a horse collar from grabbing on the front too, but it was just below the neck of the shirt. If he'd had the neck of the shirt, Lakin probably would have gotten that call.
You know what? I like Cimarron's choice in music.
You know what? They had a great pregame music set up as well.
I mean, they're playing Johnny Be Good in between possessions there. I mean, can't get much better than that.
Well, they had some Elvis going earlier,
yeah,
so that was kind of cool.
They got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Bronx 1st and 10 from their 22-yard line. Nothing doing on the sweep to the left side by Alan Martinez. A sea of blue out in front. Michael Feltman leading the way for the Blue Jays. That's going to be a loss of 3. Brings up 2nd down and 13. And like Jared said, that's one thing, you know, I don't pay attention to the screen so much on YouTube. Once we start the production, I'm worried about sound bars, and I'm worried about scores and 1st and 10. And
hey, I'm a good multitasker. I watch everything.
Hey, that's good. Hold him in motion. Give is up the middle. Once again, the Bronx hit a wall of blue. Martinez, no gain, maybe. Well, he's going to gain 2 yards. That'll bring up a long 3rd down play. 3rd and 11 from their 19-yard line. But the Bronx just, I think, 1 first down so far, but a tough going, trying to get any offense going here tonight so far.
Because we already got JD watching, saying we got all sound and we're all set. So should be all good to go.
JD, the armchair producer for us tonight. Get better and get you back with the headset on. Pitch, and it's on the ground. Servando saved the touchdown. But Tanner Bailey picking up the fumble in the backfield, and the Blue Jays in business. Goal to go from about the 3-yard line. And actually, it's 1st and goal from the Lakin 1-yard line.
It's 1st and goal from the 3.
One thing I like about Cimarron's bleachers on the other side, they got a new press box, but great sound system.
Oh, yeah.
Really solid, really crisp. Harrison in the gun. Motion on both sides of the ball. The Broncs were moving, but also the left tackle flinched as well. And it will be against Cimarron, illegal procedure on the Blue Jays. Back them up 5 yards. Now they'll try the attempt from the 8-yard line.
Now let's see what Cimarron upgrades next, because it kind of looks like those lights might be from back in maybe your time. Nice little rows of everything.
Harrison with the snap. Off the right side, Orpiza stood him up. Look and see who came in and finished him off. It may have been Servando. That was Cedar Brown to finish the play.
He was brought down by number 58.
So no gain on the play. Second and goal from the 8 for the Blue Jays. I think I said try for point. I think I might have jumped ahead a little bit. Actually, a loss of 3 on the play. He's going to bring up second down and goal from the 11. Harrison with the snap, rolls out. Nobody there, now scrambling. There's a block in the back. That was Darian Edgington that got hit in the back chasing Harrison down. 3 Broncs were in the backfield. Oldham, Edgington, and I believe Omar was in the backfield, but a block in the back against Cimarron. Harrison had scored on the play, but it's all for naught. And they're going to back him 15 from the spot there. So Cimarron went from goal to go from the Bronc 1. Now they're goal to go from, let's see when he stops.
35.
From their own, from the Bronc 35-yard line. So second down and goal from the Bronc 35-yard line.
I don't think it's goal anymore. Second down, 35.
Well, it's still goal because they can't get a first.
Yeah.
Well, the only way they would get a first down is if the defense, there's still a way to get one, but
unlikely.
Yeah. Well, it's not like the NFL and college where it's a defensive holding and it's an automatic first down. So Harrison back to throw. Broncs good in coverage. And Harrison slips out of there. He's still rolling. He's back to midfield, and he just lets it go. Orpiza hits him as he let it go, and Servando breaks up the play. Good defense by the Broncs that time. Harrison had nowhere to go. He threw up a prayer, and Servando broke it up. It was intended for Eli Green. Green on the season, 16 catches, 204 yards, and a touchdown. But not that time against the Bronc defense. So now third and goal from the Bronc 35 for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays standing at the line of scrimmage, getting the play call from the sideline. Each of them wearing wristbands, so whatever's flashed from the sideline, they check it wristband for the play. Harrison straight drop. Over the middle, and a diving interception by Curtis Beam, and the Broncs will get it on the turnover. So Curtis Beam with the interception. And the Broncs will take over. After the Broncs gave it up on a fumble, Cimarron had a first and goal from the 1. It ended up being third and goal from the 35. And the Broncs with their 4th possession of the quarter. Hudson in motion. Keeper right side. Servando on the carry is going to get it close to the 20-yard line. They'll give him the hash, so gain of 4 on the play, brings up second down and 6. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Lakin Bronc Sports YouTube, lakinsports.com. And thanks to Jared for pinch hitting tonight. Or did we go to the bullpen and bring in the reliever?
However you look at it, it doesn't matter.
You're not a baseball guy. You don't know those
Yeah, I
terms
was going
anyway.
to say. I came from the bullpen, we'll just say that.
Okay, we can do that. Servando with the fake up the middle, keeps it around the left side. Short gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards. Yeah, looks like 3 yards. Feltman on the stop for the Blue Jays. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
But you know what? I have been watching quite a bit of baseball just recently. So, granted, I'm not watching the Royals, but I have been watching baseball. So.
Yeah, the Royals are done.
Watching baseball, preseason basketball, and football. That's all I've been watching. And you know what? Soon I'm going to be watching hockey too. So
now I'm ready for the hockey.
I'm ready for it.
Bronx split them wide left and right. Servando under center. The fake in up the middle and the pitch to Oldham. Looked like he slipped as well. He tried to make the cut up field. I don't know if, there's been quite a bit of rain in the last week or so. So this kind of damp, this cool night, that grass might get some moisture coming back up.
You wouldn't think there'd be that much dew sitting out there, though. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's cool enough to be able to start bringing that dew back up and put it on the grass.
Might have fought for a short gain. Going to bring up 4th down and 2 for Lakin at their 25-yard line. And the Bronx are going to go for it. It's the second time in the quarter. This is a huge 4th down attempt. They might just see if they can just draw them off here. And that's what they were doing. For them to call it, get them off sides, they almost came out of the huddle maybe a little bit late. But Cimarron, they were up on what the Bronx were going to try to do. Good picture tonight, looks like. Hey,
especially as that sun sets.
I'm just so thankful everything started working tonight. So I'm not going to jinx it, but we had so many troubles last week.
Last week was so stressful.
Oh my gosh.
Even for me, I was just pissed because I couldn't figure anything out. I was YouTubing, Googling. I was trying everything. Discord help or OBS help. I was trying everything, and I couldn't find anything.
Oh, and the bad thing about it, we've done this so long, me and JD, and of course everybody that's helped us over the years, and we've had some issues here and there, but usually nothing that we can't get through. And a lot of times it's been issues just with Wi-Fi, just didn't have a good signal and things like that. But how everything was working good just before we started the pregame, then it just all went to heck. And it's like, you got to be kidding me. But world of electronics is great when it works, but it is oh my God. I'm not even going to use that word.
I think I got some ideas. I think we need to start doing some more update like we did with our video camera, but it's one of those things we might have to wait until after this season and test some stuff out.
High snap to Omar, but he fields it. Low spiraling kick. They're trying to keep it away from Harrison, not to give him a chance to return.
High spiral kick.
And wow, it didn't go out of bounds that far. What? They're going to mark it at the Bronx 49-yard line. I didn't think it went out of bounds that far for them to come up about 7 yards on the angle.
There, 48 to 47-ish.
I was looking maybe 47-ish.
It wasn't high, and it wasn't cutting out.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 Blue Jays from the Bronx 49-yard line. One thing Cimarron has not had to do, and that's travel a long distance tonight. They've had great field position. Harrison with the snap, give up the middle to Mason Escom. Escom across the 45 to the 44-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5, brings up 2nd down and 5. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. 29 seconds on the play clock. So Cimarron doesn't have to run a play if they don't want to. And looks like they may just stand there and let it go. Yep, Harrison's walking towards the sideline. And that's going to do it for our first quarter. Our first quarter tonight brought to you by the Kearney County Bank. And we thank them as well as all of our sponsors.
When you choose a bank, you're investing your trust in a group of people who will be handling your hard-earned money. You look to them for expertise in financing your dream home and your teenager's first car, purchasing farm equipment, or expanding your business. At Kearney County Bank, we're invested in a community we believe in. Let us be your choice in community banking. Visit KearneyCountyBank.com or come by 221 North Main Street in Lakin, or Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank, 1910 East Marion, Garden City, and see what our staff can do for you. The Kearney County Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Our second quarter tonight brought to you by the Kearney County Community Development.
Kearney County, a wonderful life opportunity, offers a wide range of opportunities to residents and visitors. Hunting, fishing, camping, golfing, and bowling provide recreation, plus the Lake and Rec Commission provides youth and adult programs in Lakin and Deerfield. Explore the rich history of the county by visiting the Kearney County Historical Museum or the historic sites throughout the county. Take advantage of what Kearney County has to offer. Contact Ralph Goodnight, Kearney County Economic Development, or on the web at www.kearneycountykansas.com.
Welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. Brett Hendricks along with Jared. Thanks for joining us for Bronx football tonight. And I tell you what, we're listening to the public address announcer in between the quarters here. They're going to pass the hat tonight, raising money for the young man at Ness City that was injured in a helmet-to-helmet hit here a couple of weeks ago. He's currently in a coma, and he suffered a brain aneurysm with that hit. And Bowen is his last name. I forget the first name. Fake up the middle. Harrison with the pitch to Escom. Escom up the far sideline, knocked out of bounds by Servando Gonzalez, but not before he gets the first down to the Bronx 26-yard line.
But that kid from Ness City, only a sophomore, right?
Only a sophomore. Yeah. So we definitely send prayers out to that young man. And, you know, football's a violent sport, and, but between the whistles, you want to get after each other. But when something like that happens, the world of football is a big community, and they support everybody.
Yeah, it's never intentional. It's just accidental.
Harrison drops the snap, picks it up, fires towards the end zone, and it's overthrown. Intended for Eli Green. But I know Wichita County a week ago took money to Ness City. Wichita County played at Ness City last week. They took money to Ness City and presented it to the family, and a lot of teams doing that around the area. And, like I said, it's a great show of support. Like I said, on Friday nights, these teams, it's almost you hate each other for 48 minutes, but when something like that happens, everybody comes together for each other because, you know what, it becomes a lot greater than just a game at that time. Second down and 10. Harrison up the middle to Escom. In on the stop for the Bronx, Colter Oldham on the stop. Going to gain 1 yard on the play. Brings up third down and 9 for the Blue Jays at the Bronx 25-yard line. Blue Jays never huddle. They go with the no huddle and just check the sideline for their next play. Blue Jays send out two receivers to the left side, lone receiver to the near side. Eight seconds on the play clock. Harrison with the snap, fakes. Flag is on the play. Harrison looking to unload it. Now cuts it up the middle. Ball is on the ground. Stripped away by Oldham, and the Bronx will recover. On the recovery is Draven Shavira, but there is a flag on the play.
I think this might be a free play for the Bronx. Yep.
Oh, it's going to go against Lakin. Is it?
No. Lakin's clapping.
Okay, I thought I saw a reaction on the sideline. I thought it was against Lakin. So the penalty is against Cimarron. So the Bronx with their second straight turnover on two possessions by the Blue Jays, but yet have cashed in. Let's see what they can do on their fifth possession here.
And how that quarterback was running, as soon as I saw that arm come out, as you know what most quarterbacks do, because they're not used to running it and tucking it every time. Saw that arm come out. All it took was one little swipe, and he lost it off the nose.
Yeah. And he went to elude Colter. Colter just reached out and slapped the football out of his hands. Servando to the near side, looking to get around the corner, does. Harrison with the hit, and we've got some extra going on out ahead of the play.
I think I want to say defensive holding. He kind of grabbed that lead blocker and threw him down on top.
I'm going to say it wasn't holding. It might be a personal foul after the play, but what a stick by Harrison on Servando up this near sideline. And I'll tell you what, it was almost near out of bounds.
And you know what, Servando
they're going to call that on Lakin. Holding. So there was nothing extra on that play, but it will be holding on the Bronx.
But you know what? Servando took that hit like a champ because he lowered his shoulder and did even his pads with him, and Servando didn't move at all. That was great ball protection and everything by Servando, knowing where he was.
Yeah, other than the quarterback taking a big hit there with that penalty, the Bronx gain a yard. It's 1st and 9. Servando drops back. Swing pass to the right side. Beam with it. And he's out across the 25-yard line. We'll see. Might be a little short of the first down.
I think by a yard.
The officials with timeout are looking at, face mask by the Blue Jays, so it's not going to matter. They're stepping it off, and that's a first down for the Bronx. Nice swing pass that time. Nice play by the Bronx. Servando finding Beam out in the flat. Bronx with the first down, but they have been few and far between tonight so far. So 1st and 10 from the Lakin 31-yard line. Bronx come out in a tight formation. They will split one right wide to the right, and that's Curtis Beam. Hold him in motion. Up the middle to Martinez. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. Last year, that was bread and butter for the Bronx. Martinez nearly 800 yards on the ground, but yet to really get that play on track this year.
Brings up 2nd down.
So a loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down and 11. Tell you what, hardly any wind blowing, just barely the flag flying on the hill. We've got a little bit of the wind break because it's out of the southeast. Receiver to the near side. Oldham in motion near side. Pitch is on the ground. Oldham picks it up, and he's going to be dropped by Tanner Bailey.
Ball is carried by Oldham, number 15.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Bronx at their 31-yard line.
Did you hear that announcer? Carried by Oldham.
Oldham. Bronx with 3rd and long. 3 receivers wide both sides. Oldham in motion. Fake the pitch. Servando now has to take off. And a nice play. Beam coming back to the play, and that's a horse collar. And there's the late flag. And Beam is down. Nice job by Beam to come back to the quarterback. He caught it at midfield. They should give him
the 50.
They should give him
50 or
momentum
49.
at the
I don't
50.
know why they're marking it here.
Yeah, they're marking him down at the 48, but it's going to be a horse collar. So that'll put the Bronx in Cimarron territory. By far the best Bronx drive of the night.
And that was great surveillance by Servando to see him coming back to the ball and wanting it, and just giving that nice little sidearm pass, giving it to him to get the yardage.
Servando able to buy himself enough time. Cimarron Blue Jays were converging on him. Clock runs under 8:45 to go in the first half. Bronx looking to get on the board. 1st and 10 from the Blue Jay 36-yard line. 2 receivers split to the near side. Martinez with the pitch near side. Stiff arms the first defender. And will be wrapped up by Tanner Bailey once again.
Martinez, the ball carrier.
And got a text, and texted Sandy to forward to us, but thanks, Pat and Jane. Glad you're able to watch us tonight. Just so glad we're not having any troubles. I'll tell you what, it takes about 1 million pounds off my shoulders to know when we hit the start button that it works. So the Bronx with split receivers, a gain of 3 on the first down play, brings up 2nd down and 7 from the gun. Servando, pass intended for Oldham, had to go up to get it and can't bring it in.
Pass intended for number 15, Oldham falls in.
So third and 7 for the Bronx. Blue Jay 33-yard line. Trevando in the gun. Fakes. Rolls to the right side. Is complete to Martinez in the flat. Will have enough for the first down. Bronx have found something in the passing game on this drive, Jared.
And you know what? It's great to see because first quarter, I mean, it was pretty stagnant and didn't really have any momentum or anything going on the offensive end.
Coming into the game, Trevando was just 7 of 21 through the air, 70 yards, but he has thrown 3 picks and no touchdowns. So nice to see the Bronx getting a little of the passing game going. But right now with the aggressive defense by Cimarron, it's easy just to dump it over the top of them. Pitch near side. Martinez cuts it in off tackle. He'll be across the 25 down to the 21-yard line. So second down and a long 7, short 8.
Yeah, I put 7.
Michael Keltman and Blake Shilling.
You know, I hope this weather, I mean, I know winter's coming, but this type of weather tonight is perfect fall football weather, and I hope it lasts at least 3 weeks, maybe 4, see how the Bronx can do after week 9, but sure like to see nice weather, at least get this football season complete. Pitch to Martinez. He's going to drop back and throw. Curtis Beam got it for a Bronx touchdown. Alan Martinez with his second touchdown pass of the year. A 20-yard strike to Curtis Beam.
And you know what? I was just thinking to myself, and I was going to say something, but then we started talking about the weather. I was going to say, you know, one play I'm looking forward to see tonight is that halfback pass from Allen. And I don't know if Coach might have to give me credit. I mean, I was thinking it, and then it happened. I don't know if that's fate or anything, but I was thinking that, and I'd love to see that play.
Ador Curto to attempt the extra point. And a strong kick. It's good.
That would have been good by at least 30.
6:20 to go in the first half. The Bronx on the board. They trail it 12-7. While we have a break in the action, we're going to take a break as well. You're watching Bronx football on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Our second quarter brought to you by the Kearney County Community Development.
Kearney County, a wonderful life opportunity, offers a wide range of opportunities to residents and visitors. Hunting, fishing, camping, golfing, and bowling provide recreation, plus the Lake and Rec Commission provides youth and adult programs in Lakin and Deerfield. Explore the rich history of the county by visiting the Kearney County Historical Museum or the historic sites throughout the county. Take advantage of what Kearney County has to offer. Contact Ralph Goodnight, Kearney County Economic Development, or on the web at www.kearneycountykansas.com.
12-7, the Bronx on the board, but trailing Cimarron with 6:20 to go in the first half. Brett Hendricks along with Jared Hendricks. Thanks for joining us for Bronx football tonight. Like I said, you know, we've got 2 regular season games left, and we'll have week 9. So 3 games actually left on this schedule. And I'll tell you what, hard to believe we're in week 6 already. My goodness, it flies. And like I said, I hope the weather stays nice like it is today. What do you got, Jared?
Are those lights over there? Or are those just pom-poms and the light reflecting off?
No, I think they might be some. I saw them walking with them. They're neon blue, and I see one up in the stands, too.
Yeah, up there.
So, yeah, I'm not sure.
I kept looking up and seeing those. I didn't know what was going on.
With the kick. High kick taken about it's bobbled, but picked up at the 17. And nice coverage down the field by Alan Martinez. I didn't get a number. I think that was Escom on the return, and it was. And the Bronx have a player down on the far side. But maybe that's what the Bronx needed was that touchdown. You saw some life on that kick coverage there.
And, I mean, he's got a pretty nice leg on him. He could kick it out of the end zone if he wanted to. But, you know what, I like those high kicks, giving the kicking team a little bit more time to get down to him and not let him get as many yards. And I didn't catch a number on who's down out there. Didn't know if I can enlarge this and maybe see.
I wouldn't even attempt to try that during a broadcast because I would flub it up. There's no way I could do that.
I can't see. Allen's in the way and someone else is in the way. Cedar
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah, I can't really tell either. He was moving on the play. He just wasn't able to get up.
Yeah, he stood up and then went back down to a knee. I want to say he might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him off a hit, but I wasn't watching that side because they started running back this way.
Yeah. So we've got a timeout on the field for an injured Bronc. And now the officials are going to let the teams go to the sideline and get a drink. Trying to see who's down over there. I was looking at the players on the field, looking at numbers to get an idea. Now the player's up. We'll get an idea who it is. But good to see him back on his feet.
I was going to say Tarpley, but I saw him coming back over here.
I wonder if it's Curtis Beam.
Number
20.
20, yep.
I don't see a 20 near side. So Curtis Beam being helped off the field, but he is up on his feet walking off, so a good deal. Good to see. Curtis Beam has had a big first half. Of course, bringing in that halfback pass from Alan Martinez. And actually with the Bronx setup, that's fullback pass.
Yeah.
With the two slot backs that the Bronx employ. First and 10 Cimarron from their 18-yard line. 6:15 to go in the first half. Blue Jays on top 12-7. Give up the middle. Good pursuit on the defensive line for the Bronx there. Colter Oldham sliding in from his linebacker position, wrapped up the feet. Short gain, maybe one. Mason Escom, the carry for Cimarron. Escom on the year, 440 yards on the ground. He has scored 6 times. Rushing, the Blue Jays average 6.7 yards per carry. So second down and 9. Harrison from the gun. Fakes it up the middle, rolls out. And he was hit as he throwed. As he throws it. I meant throws it.
As he threw.
Yeah.
That was
complete to the 41-yard line. But I'll tell you what, he got rid of that in the nick of time. He throwed it perfectly. Oh, my goodness.
And that was a good completion, too. That was another one kind of like Lakin on their pass. Runner
came back
realized he was scrambling. He came back to it. And the quarterback can never complain if he's got a receiver who's willing to come back to it and catch a ball.
First and 10 Blue Jays from their 42-yard line. Fake up the middle. Harrison weaving in and out, now has open field on the near side. He's at the 30, the 20, and will score. So a 58-yard touchdown run by Braxton Harrison.
Is that Servando, the one walking right there?
Yeah.
Servando caught up to him pretty quick.
He closed on him pretty well, didn't he?
He
just didn't. He just ran out of real estate.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. He was booking it.
Second touchdown of the night for Harrison. He was also, actually he was actually in on a pass to start the scoring for Cimarron. So Harrison in on all 3 scores. Beam now running back towards the group on the sideline. He's ready to go back in. Timeout Cimarron. 5:07 to go in the first half. Cimarron now 18, the Bronx 7. 4-person scramble here tomorrow in Cimarron. Why aren't you up on that?
I usually am. I hadn't seen that one.
I like playing their golf course over here. I've only played it once. I followed you many times around it, but
I
it's
love
a nice
playing
course.
in high school.
It's a fun course to
It's
play.
similar to Lakin. It's open, and
yeah,
I liked it. Yeah, that we played in one tournament.
That Belkin girl, she's got an arm.
And you know, we had a great time that tournament too. That was first one for all 4 of us there playing a tournament, and we had fun with it. I mean, we all saw a first too. We saw that dude hit that bird on the fairway.
Oh, he did, yeah.
And knocked it out cold.
Yeah.
In the middle of the fairway.
He actually got a birdie on a par 5. He hit the drive and it hit a bird.
And just knocked it straight out.
Try for point. Harrison from the gun fakes it. And wide open in the flat. Pass is complete to Alex Seifried.
Well, yeah, that was the first for me. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get a birdie off the first drive.
So now with 5:07 to go in the first half, Cimarron 20 into Bronx 7. Yeah, I had forgot about that. Yeah, he literally got a birdie on that one.
5:07 to play.
And out of anyone in that group, someone to do it, I would have thought it'd be Ryder.
In our group.
Yeah. I figured Ryder'd be the one to smoke something or hit a car. I figured he'd be the wild one.
No, I'd be the one.
That was the other group.
I would have been the one that hit a car.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree so quickly.
You're probably right.
Cimarron set to kick off. Braxton Harrison once again. A lot of time in between the extra point conversion there.
Yeah, Bronx are on the field immediately, just waiting.
Servando and Connor back to return for the Bronx. The up men for Lakin, Junior Gonzalez and Armando Salcido.
I like to see the Bronx try to get a little breakaway here.
Harrison with just a short kick, and Junior Gonzalez fielded it at the 25 and immediately took a knee.
I didn't even think his knee was down.
I didn't either. I didn't really see him go down. It was so quick. So the Bronx 1st and 10 from their 25-yard line. 6th possession of the half for the Bronx.
Yeah, he barely touched it. I don't think he meant to. Looking back on our replay.
But a lot of times coaches will tell the up men, go ahead and grab it, go down. But if they're on the field, they're capable of carrying the rock. So you know what, might as well try it. Servando, off the broken play, takes it up the middle for a couple. One thing about it with Armando Salcido in the second layer there, second level, we saw him take a kick in the opener against Elkhart, took it 93 yards for a touchdown late in that ball game. So he's got some good speed. Second down and 7. Just over 4.5 to play in the first half. Bronx type formation. Martinez in the backfield. Oldham and Hudson the slots. Pitch is to Martinez. Looking for room off the left side. It's not there.
Maybe lose a yard on that one. 3rd and 9.
Yep, a loss of 1. Did you line somebody up for halftime?
Hadley said he'd talk. I don't know where he's at, but if I could track him down, we'll make him talk.
Well, if not, we've got Nate too.
Yep.
We can talk scheduling meetings this week. So third and 9 for the Bronx.
Oh, I see him over there.
At their 26-yard line.
We'll have to see how serious he was about that.
Yeah. Servando back to throw. And it's picked off by Harrison. That was Jordan Smith. And Smith still on his feet. Now finally drugged down by Omar Gonzalez. And the Blue Jays with 3.5 to go in the first half in great field position. Bronx with 2 turnovers in this half. They've turned the Blue Jays off over twice in this half as well. So the Blue Jays in great starting field position. 2 receivers to the left, lone receiver to the near side. Fake to Escom. Now Harrison rolling and steps right into Jeremy Orpiza. Nice job of fighting off the block of Jordan Smith, and Jeremy right there to drop Harrison for a loss of about 4 yards, bring up 2nd down and 14 as the clock runs just over 3 to go in the half. So split formation once again for the Blue Jays as they wait for the play coming in from the sideline. Under 3 to go now. 12 seconds on the play clock. Harrison once again in the gun. Lone back. He'll give it to Escom up the middle. And Escom inside the 10, brought down near the 5 to give Cimarron a 1st and goal. So just over 3 minutes ago, the Bronx were in business trailing 12-7. Now the Blue Jays threatening to add another one just before half, and they will get the second half kickoff as well. So 1st and goal, Blue Jays from the Bronx 6-yard line. Harrison takes it to Escom, rolls to the near side, and would be shoved out of bounds by Alan Martinez inside the 5, maybe at the 5. Let's see where the official marks it at. Looks like he's going to be out at the 4, so a gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down and goal from the Lakin 4.
It'll be 2nd down and goal. Once again, class of 71. If you could head down to the north end zone.
Up the middle, ball is loose, and I think Lakin they're going to blow it dead at the 1, but that ball went spinning into the end zone. Escom on the carry. So a gain of 3 on the play brings up 3rd down and goal from the Lakin 1. Clock runs at 1:50. Bronx need a big stop here. 20 seconds on the play clock. Blue Jays waiting for the play call. 3rd and goal, ball is inside the 1-yard line. And Escom with the carry up the middle. A short 1-yard touchdown. .120 to go in the half. The Blue Jays add to their score, now 26-7, awaiting the 2-point conversion.
Short on that one.
Escom's run is no good. And it's now 26 7 in favor of the Blue Jays. Bronx with 6:20 to go. 5 minutes ago, they were within 5. They find themselves down by 19.
I'm gonna switch with something here.
You gonna try that color?
Well, our touchdown's blue, so all that you get is blank and then just black letter touchdown.
You know what? Last week, though, the touchdown was yellow. You can change that touchdown
if you want
to
me to
yellow.
put it to yellow.
That's how it was. But you could put it to yellow if you want to.
Okay. We'll set that. I just noticed. I went back and looked on YouTube. And
okay.
So now. Nope. Okay.
Submit changes. There you go.
There we go.
All
so
righty.
now whenever that goes, we should be able to see it whenever touchdown goes.
Back to receive for the Lakin Bronx, number 11 Hudson, number 3 Gonzalez.
Hudson and Gonzalez back to return for Lakin. Harrison once again to kick for Cimarron. What happened to our, okay.
There we go.
Oh, you're watching the repeat.
Yeah,
it wasn't as clear.
Yeah,
I wondered what was going on.
So we should
Harrison, a line drive end over end kick, and we'll go through the end zone and give the Bronx 1st and 10 from their own 20 with 1:20 to go in the first half. At halftime, we'll look at some halftime thoughts and recap, and we'll have a halftime interview. Our special guest tonight, Lakin alum Hadley Panzer, in attendance tonight. And if any of you have been following the story, Hadley, a member of the Kansas State Wildcat football team, and Hadley back to watch the Bronx this week. And we'll get a chance to talk to him at halftime, see how college life is treating him. Servando back to throw, looking for space, gets away from the defender, now he's going to tuck it and run, cuts left side, now another cut across the 30, looking for a blocker, and he's going to be hit. Oh, he's still on his feet at midfield, across the 40 before he's finally driven out of bounds. What a run by Servando Gonzalez. He was stood up at the 50. He went airborne, the defender went airborne, and he came down on his feet, so a great run by Servando.
It was like one of those plays you see in basketball where they have no calls, where the defender went straight up and the guy went straight up, and then they just go right back down. I mean, he lost all his momentum, but as soon as he got back on his feet, was right back 100 miles an hour. Great offensive decision there by Servando Gonzalez. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bronx at
38-yard line. Back to throw, blocked at the line of scrimmage, and I'll tell you what, Bronx very fortunate.
That one was a little scary. He threw it right to the center of his numbers.
Yep. It's one of those, I guess, I don't really want to badmouth a lineman, but you'd rather hit a lineman there than hit a receiver.
Yeah.
So the incomplete pass stops the clock, brings up 2nd down and 10 from the Cimarron 38-yard line.
And
Bronx would love to get some points here going into half.
Bronx still got 2 timeouts here they could use to their advantage to maybe try to finish off this half with a touchdown.
Servando with the straight drop. Tarpley, that's the 2nd time tonight Tarpley's had a foot go out from under him. He had another towards the near sideline in the first quarter. But Tarpley with the short reception, no gain on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Bronx trying to set up the wide receiver screen on the near side. And the Bronx will call timeout. A little bit of confusion on the play call as far as alignment goes. So with 53 seconds to go in the half, Bronx used their 2nd timeout.
Cheerleaders start their call. Go Bronx, beat the looked around, then finally found Blue Jays. No, it's Friday. Brain kind of shuts off. I understand.
Yeah. Maybe it was, well, but they're hesitating anyway, so maybe it's designed that way.
No, they all looked at each other, started laughing. It was not purposeful.
A little Jeopardy music in between plays.
And the final answer is
You know, I like this announcer.
He's doing a good job, and he's trying
yeah.
to get the crowd involved with a little bit extra stuff there in between. Pitch to Martinez, looking to throw, and they're going to throw it back to Servando, and it's picked off with the interception as Luke Jansen brings it up the near side, and he's brought down at the Cimarron 40-yard line. Good idea on that pass. We saw that earlier as Martinez went to Curtis Beam for the touchdown. That time they tried to bring it back to this side with Servando, but the Blue Jays pretty much sniffed that one out.
And Allen did kind of take a shot there at the end of that play. I don't know if we can see it here.
So the Blue Jays
No.
with 1st and 10 at their 40-yard line, 42.7 seconds to go in the half. Blue Jays on top 26-7.
Yeah, it was a little out of frame there, but
give up the middle. Escom off the right side across the 45-yard line.
I'd much rather Allen be taking that shot than Servando back in the pocket.
Well, I'll tell you what, there have been a few shots in the pocket tonight by both defenses. Bronx have gotten to Harrison a couple of times as well. So gain of about 6 yards on the play. 2nd down and 4 for the Blue Jays at their 46-yard line. Looks like they're going to let her wind down. 13 seconds, 16 on the play clock, so they can let her roll out. And that's the first half. Your second quarter brought to you by the Kearney County Community Development.
Kearney County, a wonderful life opportunity, offers a wide range of opportunities to residents and visitors. Hunting, fishing, camping, golfing, and bowling provide recreation, plus the Lake and Rec Commission provides youth and adult programs in Lakin and Deerfield. Explore the rich history of the county by visiting the Kearney County Historical Museum or the historic sites throughout the county. Take advantage of what Kearney County has to offer. Contact Ralph Goodnight, Kearney County Economic Development, or on the web at www.kearneycountykansas.com.
Our halftime sponsor tonight, the agency, Main Street, Lakin.
Some commercials make it really tempting to buy cheap insurance. That's great if price is the only thing that's important to you. The agency believes cost is important, but protection is what you're really paying for. Rely on the agency to build the policy that protects your property at a price you can afford. Call the agency today at 620-355-6789.
We're at the half. The Bronx trailing Cimarron by the score of 26-7. Our halftime sponsor, the Agency of Lakin. Our halftime thoughts and recap brought to you by the Lake and Rec Commission.
It's time to get involved with the Lakin Recreation Commission, 702 North Campbell in Lakin. The Lakin Rec Commission with a wellness center, aerobics, adult programs, youth programs, sewing, and more. For more information about all the great activities of the Lakin Rec Commission, call 620-355-7039. The Lakin Recreation Commission, providing recreational opportunities to enhance the quality of life for the people of the community by promoting social interaction and the productive use of leisure time.
Now for some halftime thoughts and recap. And Jared, Blue Jays jumped out to a quick 12-0 start. Bronx came back with a touchdown of their own, but just wasn't able to finish in the end of that first half, and they find themselves trailing by 19.
I think the name of this game, just reviewing the first half, is opportunities. Bronx have got to capitalize on any opportunities that they can come across, and they got to make sure that they get at least great positive drive, or at least try to get a score out of it, try to get that momentum back into their offense to get everyone working together and on the same page.
Yeah, and, like you said, opportunities. The Broncs have turned Cimarron over twice in the first half, but they've also turned it over 3 times themselves. And the Broncs have thrown 2 interceptions on their last 2 possessions.
And
so they're not taking advantage of their opportunities.
And the thing there is, too, I mean, they had Cimarron have 2 turnovers on possessions, too. So they're kind of even across the board on that, but whenever we go over on downs, we got to take advantage of it because their quarterback, long legs, if he wants to break out and run and we see him, trying to arm tackle with the legs, this quarterback and their receivers, you got to wrap up, take them down, and make sure that they're down because if not, they're going to keep going no matter what until that whistle blows.
Exactly. And we've also seen that by Servando tonight on some of his runs as well. So, the old cliche, you can't run without your legs. And, I mean, coaches say that. They can't run without their legs, so take their legs out. So
exactly.
But the Broncs have had some opportunities, but they find themselves just a little bit short here in our first half as they trail at 26-7. We're going to turn it over now. We've got a halftime guest tonight. As the Cimarron High School Marching Band entertains us at halftime. Now we're joined by, it's hard to, we say a Bronc alum, but, it's only been a couple years since you've been gone, but it probably seems like an eternity. But we're joined by Hadley Panzer. And, hey, thanks for taking the time to visit with us.
You.
Good to see you. How you been?
I've been doing good. It's good to get a weekend off and just thought I'd come enjoy a little bit of Lakin Bronc football.
Excellent. How's college life treating you? You eating all right?
I'm
doing okay?
Eating good, yeah. Can't go wrong there, no.
Those of you out there that don't know, and I'm sure everybody knows, but Hadley, a lineman for the Kansas State University Wildcat football team, and they're on a bye this weekend. So Hadley coming home to watch a little Bronc football. But I'll tell you what, this is technically your freshman year because you gray-shirted a year ago, so a lot of eligibility left. But how's the experience been so far?
I can't complain. I'm very blessed by the Lord above. Like I said, we took that year off last year, which is weird in a way too with COVID and everything going on. But in all honesty, I think it was the best thing for me. Just coming in, I can I could develop in that last year and stuff, and then coming in now, I think it's helped me a lot. There's a learning curve to learning the new offense and stuff. We go from Coach Bam running the ball, 90% of the time to where we mix in some pass game. It's a little bit of a curveball, but I can't complain. I'm very blessed.
And, you talk about that year off last year, and so many times, and I've seen it many, many times through the years, that a small-town football player will go to college, and it's beneath them to sit for a year. And then all of a sudden they quit and they come back home or do whatever. But there's nothing wrong with, and like you said, you're going to benefit from that, having that year off. But one thing about it, you're stepping in, especially in your position, it's a Division I football school in the Big 12, going to play big-time competition, you're going to play in big-time arenas. And the thing about it is sometimes a small high school kid can be starstruck by it all and just lose focus.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the first game that we had was down in Dallas, Texas, and fortunately I'd been down to a game down there in Dallas before, so it wasn't something just starstruck and you're just like, oh man, you don't know what's going on. But it was definitely an experience I'll never forget, and I'm very blessed to be a part of that. Just have confidence in doing all that. Yep.
And the one thing about it, you're just basically in your freshman year and you're halfway through it, but the memories you've got already. You open the season, you can tell kids down the road, you played against the Stanford Cardinal. You played against Oklahoma last week.
Yep.
You've been to Stillwater.
Yep.
So you've already, and you're going to play Texas coming up. And, you've already been involved in some just big name schools facing big name football teams.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely crazy. I'm like I said, I'm very blessed for it. And like you said, the big teams coming up, it's just take it one game at a time. We're not looking down the schedule, just taking it one game at a time and just keep it rolling.
So Well, of course, there's always big differences, D1 from high school, but what would you pass on if you were to talk to the Bronx tomorrow? What would you tell them if any of them had the opportunity to go play college football? What would be the message?
I just tell them just to keep playing hard. There's always a big thing for me I learned is just it's always about the next snap. If you mess up one assignment on one play, you don't let it affect another. It's just you're always on the next snap. You're always next play, and always just playing hard. So that's probably all I got to say about it.
On the depth chart, I believe you're listed as the number 2 right guard.
Yes,
but,
sir, that's right.
You've been getting some snaps. I saw you on TV last week. You got some snaps.
Yes, sir, that's right. Yep.
And the thing about it is, listening to your coach in some of the podcasts and some of the shows, you're one of those guys that he's noticing because he's speaking very highly of you.
Yeah, I really appreciate what he has to say for it about me and stuff, and I just got to continue to just keep working and learning, and there's always something to learn. And fortunately, we have really good coaches, and they're all open to helping us learn as well, as we're growing too. So we're very blessed to have the coaches that we do have, and I love playing for them.
Of course, strength and conditioning programs on that level is once you get to college, you're basically football is your job. It's 24/7. But go back to your summers of lifting and conditioning with Lakin. How much of that prepared you for what you do now?
Coach Bam, he's done a tremendous job whenever he's still doing a tremendous job. Whenever we were lifting in the summer, honestly, what we were doing in the summer, obviously it's going to be different lifts and what we're doing now. But the intensity that Coach Bam brought, I think it's, I would say it's about the same. Just the enthusiasm you bring to, going to lift weights has always got to be high and stuff. But I think Coach Bam has done, great with that. And then he's helped me transition into where I'm at now in lifting weights as well.
Now, jumping into the off season after this season is complete, now like next summer, will you come home to work out? Or is this a situation now that you're getting snaps? Do you stay in Manhattan to work out?
Yeah, I think in the winter and stuff when we come up, I guess they call it spring. We just in the off season we stay up there and we work out. We work out probably every day of the week, except for on the weekends, and just get our lifts in. But yeah, it's probably no coming home. No workout there. It's just stay up there and continue to get better.
Well, and that's, with a lot of college programs, you don't have a summer either.
Right.
It's one of those days you take a day off, you're now a day behind, and that's what Coach Bam and his staff preached in high school too. You take a day off, you're a day behind.
That's right. Yep. That's right. No doubt.
Of course, you said you got to open up your career playing in. Well, I guess they call Jerry World at AT&T Stadium. You say you weren't too as awestruck by it, but I'll tell you, anytime I drive by a stadium, even today, I'm still awestruck anytime I go by any stadium. I'm surprised I've never wrecked a vehicle because I rubberneck. When we go by Bill Snyder Stadium, we go by Memorial Stadium at KU, Arrowhead, go to Denver. I go by a stadium, and I might as well be having somebody else drive because, to me, I never get tired of it. I could sit in a stadium and just look at it. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, no doubt. And like I said, being down there on the field is just taking it all in. Because just all the people and then how big the stadiums are and everything. It's just take it all in and never forget it because it's something special for sure.
And to run out of the tunnel with 50,000 fans screaming at you can't be a better feeling.
No, I still get goosebumps to this day. I still just thinking about it.
I got to help with punt, pass, and kick back in the early 90s, and I was the state chairman, and the national finals were at Arrowhead.
Okay.
And I've been on the field at Arrowhead 8 times doing that, but I tell you what, every time I went out there, I had to look around. There's 78,000 people, and it was like they're actually watching us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nerve-wracking to a sense, but it's a cool feeling. So, for me, like I said, I just love stuff like that, but it's got to be a great feeling for you as a player to just be part of that atmosphere and be out there in the middle of that field.
Yeah, no doubt. It's we're very blessed with the fan base that we have as Kansas State. you know, no matter if we're winning or if we're losing, they're always going to be there for us. So very fortunate for that as well. And like you said, just looking up and people yelling for you, that's no better feeling, and just really appreciate that as well.
Yeah, it's got to be a great feeling.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, I'm going to add to the family feud, but you went to Stillwater.
Oh, man.
Was there a lot of lead into that week? I know, you got a big brother that went to school at Oklahoma State, so I think he kind of got the upper hand on you this year so far.
I think he's got the upper hand on me so far, but you know, we talked on the phone after that game and stuff on Sunday, and I just told him, I said, hey, you know, you got us that week, but you know, you better be watching out, because I hate losing my brother, if you know that.
I could imagine so, and he doesn't, even though he didn't play football, but he doesn't want the Cowboys to lose to the Wildcats.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Exactly. That's funny, but I'm sure there's a lot of good ribbon going back.
Yep.
I accused your dad afterwards, because he told me later he didn't go to the game, but I said, okay, you wore a half purple, half orange shirt. What did you do? He says, honestly, he said, I was judging the rodeo in Dodge City, so I didn't even make the trip. But I can imagine that, you know, of course, you know, now that you're playing, he's going to be cheering for K-State, but, you know, there's still some loyalty to Oklahoma State as well.
I guess I mean, the favorite son, I guess you always got to like some of those Oklahoma State, you know, but.
Oh, my goodness. You know, I hope he's listening. I doubt it. He probably is, because I'm sure he's busy in a rodeo arena somewhere. But, you know, one thing about it, he found his niche, and he's very successful announcing rodeos right now. So
yeah, no doubt. He's doing what he loves, and I can't be more happy for him, proud of him, and I hope he just continues to keep doing what continues to do what he loves. He's doing good for himself.
Oh, I'll tell you what, he's going to go far with that. And but I'll tell you what, gosh, we've covered a lot of stuff in a matter of about 6 minutes. I'll tell you what, usually I run out of things. You know, I don't run out of things to say, but gosh, well, we've talked about conditioning. We talked about the feeling of it, and we found out you're eating well. So I mean,
no doubt.
Okay, so now how many friends do you have that are hitting you up for tickets every week?
I see. Sometimes I got to see how many my family members are coming first, you know, because I don't want to be giving out tickets, and then I just got a family feud going on about no tickets. But it's a good time. It's good for them. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I remember when Curtis Ansel was playing back in the early 2000s at KU, and you know, of course, there's always a parent section, and there's this section, and but yeah, you know, a player, you know, you get into that position, you all of a sudden have friends that are like, hey, come to Manhattan this weekend, hook me up.
Oh man, I love any friends and stuff that are there. I always try to, you know, talk to them and stuff, just because it's good to see some familiar faces there, you know, from Lakin.
Exactly.
You know?
And the thing about it is, even throughout the team, a lot of players don't use their allotment.
Right.
And they'll give them to other players. Right. And so, you know, there's some, you know, I've heard games say, yeah, so-and-so's got 25 people here watching today. I'm thinking, wow, they did some wheeling and dealing to talk their buddies out of those tickets.
Yep,
but,
no doubt.
So what's the major? Of course, you're there for an education.
Right. Right. I'm actually majoring in animal science. I want to go into more of the cattle production of it. Right now, it's kind of just not really any animal science. It's a lot of gen eds and
right off the bat.
English and econ and all that. But I look forward to getting into some of that, you know, here in the upcoming years and hopefully semesters. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like I said, gen eds, you got to get those out of the way first, and
right.
What a good time to do that while you're busy in the fall. You can take those other classes in the spring for sure.
Right. No doubt.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I've run out of things to say, but it's always good to see you, man. I always love to see you when you come back. I love it when all the alumni come back to watch the Bronx. And I know I won't speak for Lakin, but proud of you.
Thank you
what
very
you've
much.
accomplished so far. And, I'm watching K-State football on Saturdays just to see that big number 54 on the sideline.
I appreciate
now, how did you get to keep your old high school number? Usually that doesn't happen.
Yeah, so I was very fortunate about that, too. Luckily, there's a kid, a senior, before last year he graduated and they didn't have anybody out there. So wearing 54. So I was lucky, and I was like, well, heck yeah, I'll jump on that, no doubt.
Yep. See ya. Give me your jersey.
Yeah, no, great kid. But yeah. It was funny.
Yeah, very seldom do you see a freshman that gets to pick his own number, and that just worked out for you. Now they'd have to fight you for it.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Well, hey, it's good seeing you.
Yes,
Thanks for coming up and visiting with us. And I'll tell you what, if you ever get back you get to come home, we'll bring you on again, and we'll talk some more K-State football and see how you're doing. But like I said, proud of you, and we know you got a long way to go. But you'll have a good, successful career.
Appreciate it, Brett.
Right.
Thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for it.
You bet.
Yep.
Hey, tune us in on Friday nights. I'm sure you probably have meetings and stuff, but maybe you can tune us in. Maybe you can tune us in on Friday nights, and while you're in that lineman's meeting in the back of the room watching on your phone.
Yes, sir. We'll do. All
that. Right,
Appreciate
Hadley,
it.
take care. That was Hadley Panzer, Kansas State University offensive lineman, and I always write down a lot of questions and things to ask people, and I just ran out of things to say. We talked about so many things, and hey, there's Jalen Pickle.
And there's his other former student here from Cimarron, his teammate.
The defensive partner in crime.
You know what? That's what I was about to ask you, too, is that you could ask about that, too, playing with someone else that was in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
yeah.
Hey, there he is right there.
Yeah, Jalen Pickle, Cimarron alumni. I believe he graduated in 2018.
18, yes.
Yeah, and starting defensive end for Kansas State. So 2 K-State Wildcats in attendance here tonight as the Blue Jays lead it at the half, 26-7. Our halftime thoughts and recap and halftime interview brought to you by the Lakin Rec Commission.
It's time to get involved with the Lakin Recreation Commission, 702 North Campbell in Lakin. The Lakin Rec Commission with a wellness center, aerobics, adult programs, youth programs, sewing, and more. For more information about all the great activities of the Lakin Rec Commission, call 620-355-7039. The Lakin Recreation Commission, providing recreational opportunities to enhance the quality of life for the people of the community by promoting social interaction and the productive use of leisure time.
Welcome back to LakinSports.com. We're getting set to start our second half. Our halftime sponsor is the agency of Lakin and Garden City.
Experience the best in customer service when you call the agency for an insurance quote. The agency can provide insurance coverage to meet your needs. Protect your financial future by calling the agency at 620-355-6789.
Welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. Still at the half. They'll put 3 more minutes on and rewind it, and then we'll be set for our second half. But fun to talk to Hadley. I'll tell you what, fun to watch a Lakin boy doing well on the college level. And, Lakin's had a lot of players over the years that have played college football. A lot of times it just kind of, stays quiet goes by the wayside. But Lakin's been fortunate to have some players go on and play, maybe not Division I, but there have been some players that have gone on and played on the NAIA level, JUCO for sure. And it's fun to see. These kids put in hard work for not just 4 years, but 6 years through middle school, and they start playing in 3rd grade with the Tackle Football League in Southwest Kansas, and they get to the college level. It's, what a thrill that must be. But nice to talk to Hadley, and like we said, Jalen Pickle, a graduate of Cimarron, who's the defensive end for Kansas State, came over to grab Hadley, and so they see each other every day and meet up on a Friday off day. So the 3-minute wind down has restarted, and I'm not even going to start it. Jared can take care of it when he comes back. But Cimarron got on the board first with a 26-yard pass from Braxton Harrison to Jordan Smith and led it 6-0 after the run failed, excuse me. That was 8:25 to go in the first quarter with 5:40 to go in the first. Harrison again on a 53-yard run Once again, the run failed, and the Blue Jays led early 12-0. But the Bronx finally got on the board with 6:20 to go in the second quarter. Curtis Beam with a 20-yard pass from Alan Martinez on the fullback pass, and Ador Curto with the extra point, and the Bronx trailed just 12-7 with 6:20 to go in the half. But the Blue Jays, in that final 6 minutes and 20 seconds, added 2 more scores, one on a 59-yard Harrison run. The 2-point pass was complete, making the score 20-7. Then Escom with a 1-yard run, and the 2-point run failed, and that's where we stand here at the half. Cimarron leading 26-7. Some other district games. Ellis is hosting Syracuse, and Southwestern Heights is at Thomas More Prep in Hayes, playing at Lewis Field at Fort Hays State University. The Bronx will be there. We'll be there in a couple of weeks, as the Bronx will travel to TMP to round out their regular season part of their schedule, and then they'll wait for their opponent for week 9. Our third quarter brought to you by Flashbacks Diner.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at the one and only fantastic Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
We get set to start the second half. Brett Hendricks along with Jared. Thanks for joining us for Bronx football tonight. Bronx will kick to start the second half. Blue Jays won the initial toss and elected to defer.
Mickey Rouse. Mickey Rouse, are you in the house? Mickey Rouse.
Saying Nicky Rouse. I thought they were saying Mickey Mouse. Are you in the
You just won the cornhole boards from the cross country.
So the Bronx in the road white uniforms going from our left to our right in this third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by Flashbacks Diner of Lakin. Cimarron bunched up in the middle. Now they'll spread it out. Looked like they were maybe expecting an onside kick. Ador Curto to kick for the Bronx.
Kicking off, number 6, Currico.
High pooch kick, looking for the opening, but it's going to be fielded at the 25-yard line. Across the 40, brought down at the 43-yard line. It's hard for me to see these numbers.
All the way down to the 42-yard line.
On the return.
Blue Jays will take possession there. It'll be 1st and 10.
That was Holden Kite on the return for Cimarron. 1st and 10 from their 42-yard line. Harrison in the gun, as he has been all night long. Escom up the middle, fighting off tackles. Now he's in the backfield. Tarpley running him down and will wrap up the ankles, but a good run by Mason Escom getting through the wall of white shirts. And it'll be Cimarron 1st and 10 from the Bronx 15. Tyler Tarpley saving the touchdown there for the Bronx. Cimarron, a big, quick strike football team. They really had no established drives in the first half, just had big plays that helped them score in that first half. So 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Harrison in the back, in the gun. Escom up the middle once again. Ball is loose. Came flopping up in the air. Martinez picks it up, looking for some room on the far side. So the Bronx turn the Blue Jays over on the first possession of the half. That's the third Blue Jay turnover of this contest. So 1st and 10 for Lakin at their 8-yard line, I believe it is.
Yeah, close.
So Alan Martinez with the fumble recovery. Curtis Beam has an interception.
Now, I don't know what happened to that ball, but it shot straight up into the air.
That thing went straight up. I didn't see who got a hat on it. Martinez with it coming this way, but the officials blow it dead. False start against the Bronx. So the Bronx with getting the turnover on the first possession, but have a long field ahead of them to try to cut into this 26-7 Cimarron lead. Half the distance to the goal. Looks like it's on the Bronx 4-yard line. So 1st and 14. Well, the board says 1st and 15. There goes 14. See, they heard me. They knew I was right. As you knew it too.
Yep.
Give up the middle. Martinez, very little ground to work with there. He's going to get a short gain of about maybe 2. Second down and 12.
Brings up second down.
Second and 12 from the Lakin 6-yard line. Curtis Beam split wide to the near side. Gonzalez in the gun will roll to the near side. Oldham goes up with the one-handed grab. He's brought down by Tanner Bailey, but a nice job by Colter Oldham going up one-handed, bringing it down. Short of the first down, but it's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Bronx. I saw him go up. I thought, man, that might be too high, and went up and grabbed it. Nice play there by Colter. Nice snag.
That was crazy.
Bronx will go one wide receiver split to the left side. That's Curtis Beam. Oldham in motion. Pitches to Martinez looking to find the edge, and he does. Enough for the first down and then some out across the 20. I'll tell you what, every yard Allen's gotten tonight, he's had to fight for it. Bouncing off blockers, just trying to make that first defender miss. But he's got it out to the Bronx 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Gonzalez under center, pitch is to Hudson, near side, and it's going to be dropped for a loss, maybe of 1 on the play. Pursuit by Ethan Ogles by the Blue Jays. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down and 10. Receiver split both ways. Tarpley to the left, Beam to the near side. In the gun, Oldham in motion, fakes to Oldham. Servando looking to throw, but having to scramble. He stiff-armed Ogles, but was chased out of bounds by Tanner Bailey. Actually, he was forced out of bounds by Michael Feltman.
Oh, he said Ethan something.
Well, the first guy was Ethan Ogles,
gotcha.
but also Michael Feltman in on the play as well. So no gain on that play, brings up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 for Lakin at their 22-yard line. Fake the pitch. Rolling to his right side. Ball is up. And it's going to be picked off by Braxton Harrison. Harrison from the 49-yard line looking for a block. And he's going to be brought down at the Bronx 32-yard line. But another Bronx turnover. 3 straight interceptions on 3 straight possessions by the Bronx. So the Bronx 4th turnover of the night. Blue Jays have turned it over 3 times.
Yeah, that was not a smart ball to be thrown. I mean, Connor was open there within the 10 yards or so, but he had to roll out and scramble a little bit, and that just gave the defense opportunity to come over and snag that ball.
And
too much air on it.
Yeah, there was too much air on it, and he really couldn't get a lot on it throwing from on the run.
Yeah.
Escom with the carry right side, brought down by Curtis Beam. But I like the play call, but it's one of those, instead of going for 25 or 30, there should have been maybe a underneath the intermediate route, maybe.
Tight end slant route or something like that, just about the 10, 8-yard line so you can catch, turn it up, get a couple yards, and then convert and get the first down.
In a situation like that, you just want to try to get the first down.
Yeah, you don't particularly want to go for the fly route unless that's your last option.
2 receivers split to the near side. Blue Jays in the gun from the outset. Harrison fakes, has to throw off his back foot, but he completes it in the flat near side, and that complete to Alex Seifried. Seifried. That's going to be good for a Cimarron first down at the Lakin 11, maybe 12-yard line. Bronx are getting pressure on Harrison, but they're just about a half step behind him. He's able to elude them, get outside in a rollout situation. So 1st and 10 from the 13. Fake the give. Alan Martinez was not fooled from that defensive left side. Drop Harrison in the backfield. Lose maybe 3 yards. Going to be 2nd down and 13. Now they're going to say 12 on the scoreboard. Clock running, just over 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. I want to thank everybody for joining us here. Play clock at 5. The Blue Jays better hurry. That's delay a game. And that makes it so easy. You can see the Bronx coaches on their sideline with their hands up as soon as that clock hits 0. And that's going to back the Blue Jays up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 17. Cimarron, they line up in an offensive formation and they look to the sideline for the play call. That time it took just a little bit too long. So now 2nd down and 17 from the Bronx 20-yard line. Quick snap. Harrison, kind of a broken play. Throws it up, knocked away by Servando's, intended for Eli Green. Jeremy Orpeza with the pursuit on the far side. He got a hit on Harrison right as he threw it. Now to bring up 3rd and 17. You know, Harrison has burnt the Bronx tonight with big plays, but the Bronx have gotten some pressure on him in the backfield. But it's just, he's able just to step back deep enough that he stays out of the, the real pressure.
Yeah, they're doing great getting back to him. It's just half step too late every time.
Back once again. Throw to the right side. Pass is complete to Jordan Smith.
That was a good-looking ball there.
20-yard pass reception to Jordan Smith. Blue Jays will line up to go for 2. Receivers split both sides. Fake the give to Escom. And will hit Escom in the right flat. No, that was Alex Seifrid. So now the Blue Jays lead it by the score of 34-7. Two teams traded turnovers to start the third quarter, but Cimarron cashed in on the latest. Bronx have turned it over 4 times. Cimarron has turned it over 3 times. .6:28 to go in the third quarter. Cimarron now leading 34-7.
There's 6:28 to play in the third. Lakin Bronx 7. Your Blue Jays 34.
Lakin Cross Country at home tomorrow at the Lakin Golf Course with their Lakin Invitational Cross Country meet. And their final regular season meet before league next Thursday at Southwestern Heights. So best of luck to all of the Lakin Cross Country runners.
You know, that'll be probably one of the first cross country meets I think I've ever gone to.
I've been to a
I
couple.
don't even know how to spectate it. I just plan on cruising on the golf cart.
Harrison with the kick. Servando with the reception at the 15-yard line. Looking for room. Now wants to cut it back this way and couldn't get here.
Looked like a face mask to me.
And I could hear somebody in the stands yell the same thing.
Kind of got his head jerked around.
But the Bronx 1st and 10 from their 28-yard line.
Ooh, yeah, I think so.
Missed it, huh?
Yeah, you saw a hand go straight across the helmet. Or at least that's what I could see, but.
Going to have great weather tomorrow for the cross-country meet.
Yeah, I believe JV and middle school start at 9 and
o'clock.
Then about 10:30-ish, varsity goes.
Hudson in motion. The pitch used to Alan Martinez to the near side and steps it out of bounds to the on the Bronx sideline. Out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Good for a first down. All the years for Mr. Martin was the cross-country coach, he always swore that it always was going to rain the night before the Lakin Invitational cross-country meet. Bronx with a reverse. There was a fumble on the exchange picked up by Connor Hudson. Brings it to the near side, a short gain of 1 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
I don't think he's going to have to worry about that rain situation.
No.
I think that superstition's a little bit gone for this one.
Mr. Martin always swore that it was going to rain for the cross-country meet. You know, the farmers loved it.
Yeah.
But I remember here it's been quite a few years ago, there was so much rain the night before that they had to cancel it because the golf course was just a muddy, slippery mess. Servando with it around the left side, across the 40 before he stacked up, maybe out to the 42-yard line.
Gonzalez, the ball carrier.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 after a gain of 3.
And number 58.
But best of luck to the cross-country teams tomorrow, and best of luck to the Lady Bronx golf team. Lakin hosting the 321A regional golf meet Monday.
Your math was a little bit off there.
What did I say?
Gain of 3, 3rd and 7. We're at the 9, bud.
Huh?
So we're at the 9-yard line. Gain of 3 would put us at 6.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm here.
Servando with the pitch. Hudson near side. Knocked out of bounds near midfield, but he's got enough for the first down. Nice pitch by Servando. He waited to the last possible second to make that pitch in front of Asher Navarro. Asher Navarro. Yeah. You know, if I tried a drone, I would just crash it. That would be money wasted. I tell you what, I look at people that fly drones competitively. How do they do that? I would do that. I'd hit that on a door jamb quicker than you. Oh, my gosh.
I'd run into the ground before anything.
Oh, yeah. You know, I always thought it'd be cool to have one of those remote airplanes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, crud. That'd be money wasted. I know I would crash it. Martinez off the left side, cuts it up the middle, looking for space. He has the first down, still on his feet, and he's drugged down at the 30-yard line. A 20-yard gain by the Bronx. We do have a flag on the other side, though.
You know, drone coverage of a cross-country meet would be cool, but I don't know how in the heck you would do that.
Lane Johnson in there for the tackle.
Oh, it's going to be holding against Lakin. What an effort by Alan Martinez to have it negated by a holding penalty. But great individual effort there. So instead of a 20-yard gain, it's going to be a 10-yard loss. It'll bring up first down and 20.
It never seems to fail. NFL, college, high school, anything. Someone gets a nice run out of something, there's always a hold.
Always something that brings it back, seems like. Well, I guess, hey, Brad, Michaela says he never flies it anyway.
Yeah, we could test drive it.
Yeah, we could test it out tomorrow. Hudson in motion. It looked like Cimarron may have jumped across. So the Bronx may get half of it back. Yeah, half offsides against Cimarron. So the Bronx will get half of that back. It's 1st and 15 from the 45. So, yeah, Michaela, tell Brad to get that out of the box and put some new batteries in it. We'll try it out tomorrow. Fat chance.
Have to do a little refresher course or a beginner's course.
Nah, you just learn on the fly, right?
Oh, no.
Servando with the fakes, rolls near side. He's going to run out of room at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, brings up second down in 15. You know, it's just one of those things that I just don't know how I would cover cross country. I just don't.
Unless you're putting GoPros on all the players, I don't think it's really possible.
Yeah, I just don't know. Oh, Michaela says she's already crashed it, so no worries on our end. All right. It's battle tested, right?
Yeah. I mean, just ready for anything.
Yeah. Pitch near side. Martinez ran out of bounds just shy of the 50-yard line. Maybe a gain of 4.
Martinez, the ball carrier. He is taken out of bounds by number 23, Alex Seifert.
Getting the old family discussion going here. Now Brad texted. Says he has a 2K drone. What does that mean?
$2,000, I'm assuming.
Would you spend $2,000 on it, or what does that mean?
That would be my assumption.
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine it's probably something fancy.
Oh, and then
Bronx 3rd and 12. Servando fakes the pitch, back to throw. Now he's going to be sacked at the 43-yard line.
Well, I just got a text from Grandma. Said, Brad's busy tomorrow loading tree limbs, so no drone for you. So friendly reminder that he's got something to do tomorrow.
Yeah. So the loss is back to the Bronx 44-yard line, 4th and 16 for Lakin as Omar Gonzalez drops back to punt.
Over end. And that punt will stop about the 20 to 19 yard line over there.
Tarp lead there to down it for the Bronx at the Cimarron 19-yard line. We'll have it 1st and 10.
Down to the 18-yard line.
2:03 to go in the third quarter. Cimarron on top, 34-7. Two receivers split to the near side, lone back behind Harrison, and that lone back is in motion. That'd be a legal procedure on Cimarron.
False start. Blue Jays.
And then drop them back 5 yards. 1st and 15 for the Blue Jays.
That'll back them up to the 13-yard line. Be 1st down.
Give it to Escom up the middle.
Mason Escom, the ball carrier, gets tripped up by Beam. Ball be placed on the 16-yard line.
12.
Gain of about 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 12. 1:45 and the clock rolling here in the third. Blue Jays waiting for the play call. Receiver split to the near side is Eli Green. Movement at the line, but no flags. Inside give to Jordan Smith. Now there's a late flag. Smith on the near side at the numbers. Back in the middle of the field, juking around all the players. Now back, running backwards, and he's got a wall on the far side. There is a flag on the play, so it might be coming back. Jordan Smith will score from 84 yards, but there is a flag in the Cimarron backfield, and this one's coming back. An 84-yard gain that I guarantee you he ran 140.
Oh, easily. I want to say it was illegal motion.
Well, I thought there was yep, that's what they're saying. It was illegal motion, but it should have blown the play dead.
Yeah.
Instead of having all of that extra running there. And now Jordan Smith ran 84 yards for nothing. He'd probably say, hey, blow it dead early. Now I'm winded. So it's an illegal shift, 2 guys moving at the same time. So one was okay, the second one a no-no. So 5-yard marked off, back to the Cimarron 11-yard line.
About 17.
About 17, 2nd and 17. 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. So they'll bring it back and try it again. Now 2nd down and 17. Harrison up the middle to Escom. Escom to the near side, brought down by Beam, but not before he's out to the 35-yard line and a Blue Jay 1st down.
Bronx having some issues with wrapping up tonight. Too many arm tackles and breaking away for pretty good gains for the Blue Jays.
Too many big gains when you're cutting back against the grain. Give again, no, the fake to Escom. And Omar Gonzalez there to wrap Braxton Harrison up. Going to lose maybe a yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Under 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Blue Jays might be well suited just to let it run out, and I think that's what they're going to do as they're walking to the sideline. Our third quarter tonight has been brought to you by Flashbacks Diner. I want to thank them, along with all the great sponsors, for what they do for LakinSports.com. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
Flashback to the days of bebop and bobby socks at Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of bebop and bobby socks at the one and only fantastic Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
Our fourth quarter brought to you by the good folks at Lakin Drug. At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools. And with Lakin Drug, they're putting in a convenient drive-through. I drove by the other day, and I think the sign on the window said not yet. So still under construction, but installing a drive-through for your convenience. A big thank you to Lakin Drug, along with all the great sponsors. We start the fourth quarter. Cimarron football, 2nd down and 11 from their 33-yard line. Brett Hendricks along with Jared Hendricks. Thanks for joining us for Bronx football. Blue Jays on top 34-7. Harrison from the gun will fake it up the middle and keep it around the left side. Up the far sideline, he's got two guys to beat. Servando forces him out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The public address announcer was about ready to call touchdown already before Servando pushed him out of bounds. So 1st and goal now for the Blue Jays from the Bronx 8-yard line. First and goal, Blue Jays. Low snap, give to Escom. Bounces off the right side and into the end zone for a touchdown. Makes the score 40-7 in favor of the Blue Jays. And they will line up and go for two. They haven't even attempted an extra point tonight. Harrison drops back. The pitch.
That was an interesting pitch.
The pitch to Eli Green. He's able just to reach across the goal line, and the two-point conversion is good. And with that, it is 42-7 in favor of the Blue Jays. That type of play is one of those you see by Mahomes on Sunday. Running to the left, and you're going to just pitch it.
I was going to say it, but then I decided not to because I already knew it was popping.
You knew it was coming. You know, that's what it reminds me of, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, when
that
you have the
greatest pass.
When you have the best quarterback in the league, why not talk about him, right?
No comment.
Because you can't.
I can, but then we wouldn't be calling any of the game.
Well,
we'd be arguing back and forth.
The best player in the league right now? I'm not saying all time.
Oh, I know.
There's a long way
saying
to go
in the league right now too, but I think there's a close second there too.
Well, Mike, but there again, it's second.
Because you know who that close second is, it might be first.
Let me try to think here. I'll tell you what, Kyler Murray's playing really well right now.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. The last undefeated team in the NFL right now. I mean,
I'll give you that one. Kyler Murray is playing. He's playing really well right now.
I'd say between him and Mahomes at the moment.
Well,
at the moment.
Well, yeah.
What the?
The tee went farther than the football. That ball goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line, but that tee went farther than the football.
I thought someone threw something on the field.
Well, I
Because
saw
I
that
was watching it and I didn't know where the ball went.
I saw that that neon green tee in warm-ups, but when I saw that go up, I thought, okay, now where's the ball at? They squibbed it over to this empty side on the sideline here. So 1st and 10, Lakin at their 45-yard line.
That's like Charlie Brown taking a kickoff right there.
Just the 3rd possession for Lakin in this second half. They had 7 possessions in the first half. 11:49 to go. Bronx trailing 42-7. Pipe formation. Give to Martinez off the right side. Going to gain, looks like 3, maybe 4 yards. We're going to give him 3, so it brings up 2nd down and 7.
Blake Silliman on the tackle. Gain of 3 on the play, be 2nd down.
I'm not going to say it, but I wasn't talking of all time.
Yeah.
And he's still not better this year.
You know what? I was thinking Brady, too. I think he was
now
third.
You had to say
I think he was third. But
Martinez off the right side, met in the backfield. Nowhere to go that time. Blake Schilling on the stop for the Blue Jays. No gain, maybe a short loss, but we're going to say it's still 3rd down and 7.
It's time for the rumble.
Bronx really need a 1st down here to sustain some sort of drive and keep the football out of the Blue Jays' hands. Last 4 possessions, the Bronx have turned it over 3 times on interceptions, and they punted. Pitch to Martinez, looking for room on the right side. And no gain on the play, maybe a short one of that. And the Bronx with 4th down. You're down 42-7. I would imagine they're going for it.
He was brought down by number 58, Michael Feldman. That brings up 4th down.
4th and 7 for the Bronx. And they will punt it. Yep. Omar Gonzalez back to punt for the Bronx. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. And they do get it off easily.
Nice high
wobbly punt to the far side. Harrison fields it in, steps out of bounds. 1st and 10. Looks to me about the Blue Jay 26-yard line, possibly. We'll wait and see where they spot it. Now they're going to put it at the 25. So 9:41 remaining. Bronx came in 4-1. They're going to leave Cimarron tonight 4-2 with a senior night contest next week at Lakin against Syracuse. Final home game of the season next week. Give us to Escom. Across the 25 to the 27-yard line, gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
Brought down by Darvin Tavera.
Not even close. Yeah, tell Miller he's digging now.
Yeah, he doesn't agree with that text, Matt.
Yeah. Good in his day, but I wouldn't say great. Handoff is to Escom. Colder Oldham shooting from his linebacker position. Going to hit Escom in the backfield. He'll lose it back to the 25-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10. They're going to say the 26, but that ball's on the stripe. I mean, if we're going to go back and start comparing old Raiders with Kenny Stabler, we're going to go back to Lenny the Cool, Lenny Dawson. Harrison squirts through the line, tried to cut it back. Orpeza grabbed him, but he's going to fall across the 35-yard line, and enough for a Blue Jay 1st down. Under 8.5 to play in the ball game. And once again, thank everybody for joining us for Bronx football tonight. Sure makes it a lot more fun when everything works for us. Well, hey, Dawson was a champ too. You know, he wants to tell me that Stabler was a Super Bowl champ, so was Dawson. Harrison faked the inside handoff. Now the pitch. Across the 40 is Escom. He's brought down by Omar Gonzalez. Gain of about 9 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 1.
See, and I can't even get into this conversation because
you can't even talk about a lot of quarterbacks even from the 90s.
I would
much
never
less
even
go back to
watch
the
them.
70s.
Yeah. So, try again.
Harrison with the snap, give up the middle. And the gain is out to midfield and good for a 1st down. Holden Kite with the carry. What was interesting back in those days, though, nowadays you see a player come to the sideline, he's getting a drink of Gatorade water. Those guys back then, in between snaps, they'd come over and they'd light up a cigarette and puff a few, and then they'd go back out and play. I remember watching John Madden, the old Oakland Raiders coach. He'd be smoking a cigarette on the sideline.
Well,
Did you see that happening in the NFL today?
Hey, it was easier back then, too, because they only had one bar as their face mask.
A lot of them did. 1st and 10 from the Bronx 49-yard line. Give to Escom up the middle, across the 40. Looking for a hole, and he's out on the edge. Servando, the last guy to get to him, and he'll drop him after a gain to the Bronx 11-yard line. Leather helmet days. There's nothing leather helmet about that. Dawson and Stabler played in the same era. Dawson just got an earlier start.
Like I said, still no comment. Have no idea.
You're a Vikings fan, and you don't even know the great Vikings quarterbacks of the old days.
No,
1st and 10,
really.
Blue Jays. Fake to Escom up the middle. Harrison will bring it near side. Now pitch. No, it was a fake. And Escom will take it into the end zone. The fake was to Holden Kite. So the pitch was to Escom. Fake to Kite up the middle. And the Blue Jays continue to pour it on with 5:59 to go in the ball game. They now lead at 48-7. And a timeout, Blue Jays. Okay, a decade earlier. So I would say, what's 10 years?
Yeah. Say, if we're going to talk about Vikings, all I could tell you is Randy Moss.
Well, that wasn't even a quarterback.
Well, yeah, a player. Only quarterback I can think of is Brett Favre.
and
he hasn't been even out that long.
And he shouldn't even be remembered as a Vikings quarterback because he was only there maybe, 2 years maybe.
2 or 3, yeah.
And then he ruined his career by going to the Jets. So,
yeah, exactly.
But, heck, Vikings quarterbacks back in the day, Joe Cap. Fred Tarkenton. No, he's the best quarterback the Vikings have ever had.
Tarkenton, I've seen stuff on him.
And the Blue Jays will line up for the extra point, their first extra point attempt of the ball game.
Logan Seifert in for the extra point.
Snap is down. And the kick is blocked.
By number 27, Bean.
So the kick was blocked with 5:59 to go in the game. The Bronx trail it by the score of 48-7.
The Bronx 7, your Blue
I don't see anybody from Cimarron jiving to the music, but you are sitting here.
Hey, I got to keep some entertainment. I got to keep me awake. You interrupted me today having to bring me. I plan on taking my nice little afternoon nap. I'm off schedule.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Bronx will fall to 0-2. 2-1 in district play. Cimarron to kick off.
Logan Cypher going to kick off for the Blue Jays. Back to receive. Number 3, Gonzalez.
Servando and Connor back to receive for the Bronx. Seifried to kick for the Blue Jays. Short end over end kick into the open area to the near side. Hudson almost fielded it, but let it go out of bounds. The Bronx will take over at their 40-yard line.
First and 10 for the Bronx.
He at the Lakin 35-yard line. Yeah, he's right. So yeah, great call, Eric. Yeah, cry on somebody else's shoulder.
I don't need no snitches, all right?
Yeah.
Snitches get stitches.
Hudson in motion. Fumble on the snap. Give is to Jeremy Orpiza on the near side. In at quarterback for Lakin is Adric Gomez. So the Bronx now resting some starters. Alan Martinez on the sideline. Servando Gonzalez also on the sideline. And now now Connor Hudson on the near side. Curtis Beam as well. So the Bronx subbing out in the final 5:20 of this contest.
Tyler Tarpley and Alan Martinez. And
in
Servando.
motion with Salcedo off the right side. Slips through.
Jeez.
Cutting back. He's across midfield and will have the Bronx first down.
Nice little cut back up inside.
Armando Salcedo with the carry and a Bronx first down at the Cimarron 49-yard line.
Who we got in as quarterback?
Adric.
Adric? That's what I thought.
First and 10, Bronx from the Cimarron 49-yard line. Type formation. Adric under center will keep it off the near side. Just following the blockers. Now cuts inside across the 40, 35, down to the 30-yard line. Good gain by Gomez.
About 15, 17-yard gain.
And another Bronx first down as the clock runs under 4.5 to play. They said there was a fumble at the end of the play, but Lakin did recover.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
I didn't either. Omar Gonzalez now out of the contest. So a lot of the first team Bronx getting ready for next week, as the Bronx will entertain Syracuse next week, senior night. Gomez in under center, receiver split both sides. Give is to Salcedo. He has it on the right side. Be across the 25 to the 24. We have a flag on the play on the far side.
Ball carrier Salcedo brought down by my baby boy, Jackson Nation. Flag on the play.
I believe it's holding on Lakin. They'll back him up. That'll take the Bronx back to the 34-yard line where it'll be 1st and 14. So 1st and 13 for the Bronx. Clock rolling, just over 3.5 to play. Adric will keep it on the near side. Skips through the defense. Almost dropped that ball there too. He's inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Ross Ryder into the contest. He was in motion on that play.
Mace Miller in for the tackle.
At the end of the game, we'll name our D-Buck Metals player of the game. Look at some post-game thoughts and recap. Then we're going to wrap it up after we talk to the coach.
Penalty flag on the play.
Flags fly. They stop the play before it gets started. Encroachment called on the Blue Jays, so that'll mark off 5 yards for the Bronx. And it's a 1st down. 2:45 to play. So 1st and 10 for the Bronx at the Cimarron 19-yard line. Salcedo in motion. Fake up the middle. Gomez around the right side. Across the 10. Will be close to another Bronx 1st down.
Gomez, the ball carrier. Shoestring tackle in there by number 20, Eric Garcia.
Going to be just short of the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 1. 2 minutes to go. Blue Jays on top 48-7. Blue Jays have scored 36 straight after Bronx had pulled to within 12-7 in the 2nd quarter. Pitch, Salcedo, ball is on the ground, now picked up by Cimarron, and he's off to the races. Trace Copper with the scoop and score from about 79 yards. Bronx were threatening. Missed the exchange on the handoff. And Copper with the scoop and score, I'll say 79 yards. And the Blue Jays will line up for the extra point attempt.
Kicks up.
That's good.
Logan Seifert. His 1st varsity field goal.
The extra point kick is good. 1:15 to play in the ball game. It's all Cimarron by the score of 55-7.
Blue Jay fans, you can whip a nay-nay on this now. Just watch the kids. You guys can do it. I want to see who has the best stinky legs.
Cimarron getting set to kick to the Bronx. 1 minute, 15 seconds to play. And actually, could be a running clock for the final minute 15 because the Bronx now trail it by 48. At the conclusion, we'll look at some game thoughts, and we'll talk to the coach and then name our DBOG Medals Player of the Game. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Kind of got a little off script there in the fourth quarter, talking about some different things, but I appreciate the text messages from people, and we had some YouTube messages as well. Saw a message from a former schoolmate, Kenny Counts, commenting from Florida, so good to hear from him. On the return, brought down in the open field was Timmy Johnson. Lakin will have it 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Since the Bronx scored, they've had 7 possessions, 6 possessions, and 4 of them have been turnovers. Jeremy Orpiza with the carry to the near side. Pickup of about 3 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 7 as the clock runs at 51 seconds to go in the contest.
Brings up 2nd down.
Give up the middle, cross the 30, enough for the 1st down. With it is Orpiza. First and 10, Bronx at the 33 as they wind the clock. If they hurry, they can get one more play off. 12 seconds, now 10 seconds, and it looks like they might just, if they're wanting to get a play off, they're not showing any urgency. That's going to be it. They're going to tell them just to lay back, and that's going to do it. Bronx are going to fall their first district loss to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays big by the score of 55-7. With the loss, Lakin falls to 4-2, and they fall to 2-1 in district play. Well, our fourth quarter has been brought to you by Lakin Drug. We'll be back with our postgame right after this.
At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools.
Welcome back to LakinSports.com, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Once again, the Bronx lose it tonight by the score of 55-7, and they fall to 4-2 on the season. Jared, is just one of those nights that the Bronx didn't have a lot of opportunities, but when they did have them, was only able to capitalize on one of them.
Yeah, and it's always a tough night having mistakes or errors or turnovers. I mean, the only deciding factor to a game that you're having issues with is how you respond to those mistakes or mishaps. And I mean, Hadley even said it earlier too. Hey, it's next play.
Yeah.
Next play. Because if you don't focus like that when you're on the field, it's only going to go downhill if you keep having your head down the whole time. You got to get your head back up and get right back on the line and do it again and try to correct those mistakes.
And like I said, with the Bronx, not counting the last possession where the clock ran out. But the Bronx had 6 straight possessions where they turned the ball over 4 times. They actually had 3 straight possessions where they had 3 straight interceptions. And so many times you're just not going to get good things that happen.
Yeah, no, it's always unfortunate to see a team go out like this with a 55-7 loss, but you know what, like you did say, this is our first district loss. So, I mean, not too much to hang your head on. Yeah, this would have been a nice one to have leaving tonight, but hey, next game, that's all you can focus for now. Past is in the past, and Bronx just got to bounce back and get some game plan going for Syracuse on Friday.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Well, post-game thoughts and recap and coach's interview for the post-game is brought to you by Hendricks Weldon. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Oh, this stupid one thing. When it's time to do that welding, don't do it yourself and make a mess out of it. Call Hendricks Professional Welding Service in Lakin. On the farm, on the ranch, or at your place, or at Hendricks Welding 3 miles west of Lakin. Welding done right the professional way. Call Brad Hendricks at Hendricks Welding at 355-6734. That's Hendricks Welding. Don't do it yourself and make a mess. Just call old Brad.
Welcome back to LakinSports.com, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Once again, the Bronx lose it by the score of 55-7. We'll be waiting to talk to the coach, and didn't get my transmitter hooked up, so we'll try to get Coach to see if he can come up and visit with us here at the table. Bronx will be back in action next week as Syracuse comes to town for senior night. Of course, we'll have all the action for you right here on YouTube, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. And I'll tell you what, I just thank God tonight that we finally got a broadcast with no hiccups. I think it went pretty smooth, and I think it went well. So very fortunate there that I was nervous all afternoon because I tested the equipment out last night, and it just didn't seem to want to cooperate. And everything was pretty good today, so very thankful for that. Team with a little extra post-game huddle in the end zone. Fans to our right are waiting to go out and greet the Bronx, even though it was a tough one tonight. And what's weird is they do their homecoming festivities after the game here at Cimarron. It's kind of an odd deal. Most of the time, I remember years ago, a long time ago, they would do it at halftime. And now it's, basically pregame. But Cimarron, I read the report that they send to let everybody know what's happening, on game night here at Cimarron. And, yeah, they have their homecoming festivities after the game. So I guess that's a good way to keep fans at your game. Keep fans in the stands by having homecoming at the end of the contest. So, player of the game. Of course, we named that after the coach's interview, but Jared and I, during that last break, well, we're going to give the D-Bach Medals player of the game to Curtis Beam tonight. And Beam with the touchdown reception, the pass from Alan Martinez, which accounted for the only score for the Bronx tonight.
Coach, I think you need to give her some homework.
So the Bronx very down on the sideline, and understandably so. But like Jared said and Hadley said at halftime, you know what? Next play now. Bronx can, this one stings. Go back home, get ready for Syracuse next week. Still have a chance to finish in the, to earn a home game for the week 9. So still 2 weeks to play. A lot of things can happen. So we'll wait and we'll get a chance to talk to Coach.
Candidate is David Rodrigo Ramirez Mendez Roman. He is the son of Ivan and Acela Mendez. David has attended Cimarron School since pre-K. David has been
So Jared went down to grab Coach. We'll talk to him real quick, and we'll get this packed away and headed home and then get set for volleyball. We'll be on the air next Tuesday for Lady Bronc Volleyball as they host their final home. That one will be a try against Sublette and Southwestern Heights. So we'll be on the air Tuesday night with Lady Bronc Volleyball, then back on the air next Friday for Bronx football. And Coach joins us up at the table, and I apologize, Coach, that apologize we didn't have the transmitter hooked up, and we could have met you down on the field. But we talked about the Bronx defense was going to have their hands full with a powerful attack by Cimarron tonight. But I think the one thing that the Bronx, the unfortunate thing, we talked about minimal turnovers in the rain last week, but turnovers were a huge factor for Lakin tonight.
Yeah, you can't turn the ball over against a good football team and have a chance. We did that. There was a lot of things. I don't feel like we tackled very well a lot. On the perimeter, we let some things get away from us out there. So just things you can't do against a good football team.
And there were some good things defensively because the Bronx did turn Cimarron over 3 times, but the problem would turn right around and give it back to them. But I thought defensively earned some turnovers against Cimarron tonight, but what I liked was even though Harrison's a good thrower, he can move in the pocket, but the Bronx got a lot of pressure, but he just took a deep enough drop that he was able to elude the pressure. But I thought the Bronx pressured well.
Yeah, that's just what he did. I feel like we didn't let him set his feet, but the kid is good enough to extend plays and get the ball down the field, throw off his back foot. We talked about his arm talent early before the game, and he did that. I don't know that it was absolutely killer, like some stuff that we had seen on film, but he's so athletic, and he can put the ball all over the field. So it's so hard to say stay in coverage, and you have this athletic dude running around. So obviously puts us in a lot of binds.
The Bronx next week will return home for their final home game of this season, except, waiting to see what would happen, of course, on week 9. But a lot of reflection. We talked to Hadley Panzer at halftime, and he says the one thing that he's learned, and especially on the college level, is one play, you go on. You don't dwell on one play. Now, this is one loss. This is one game. The Bronx, of course, it stings. If you're not a competitor and this one doesn't hurt, then you shouldn't be playing. But get over this one and get ready for next game up.
Yeah, that's the lessons that we hope that we learn in this game. By playing, obviously losing, it sucks. It really sucks, and we never, ever are okay with it. But at the end of the day, we hope that the game teaches them how to handle adversity. We hope the game teaches them how to overcome when you're frustrated or disappointed or upset about something. And so, like any loss, we stand in the huddle and we tell them, you can be sad until this time on this day, and then you flush it, and then we got to go to prepare for the next opponent. And if you do that, hopefully you learn something from it. You come back and you compete, and you give yourself a chance in the next opponent.
Lakin on offense tonight was able to move the ball at times, pulled within 12-7 on the seems to be a signature play by Alan Martinez, and I tell you what, he's becoming very good at it. But another halfback pass for a touchdown by Alan Martinez, but a great route by Curtis Beam as well.
Yeah, he throws
it well.
He throws a really good ball, and I felt like again Coach Drew did a good job of setting the play up really well, and Alan's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he put it right where he needed to. We actually tried it again a little bit later to the quarterback throwback, but he left it short. I guess we say Alan completed both of them, just one of them to the wrong person.
One to the wrong color. But once again, Coach, it's a disappointing night. Of course, you come in with high expectations, and only one team can leave happy. But like I said, a chance next week. have to see how district plays out, but could be the final home game for a bunch of seniors next week.
Yeah, we hope not, but we don't. I guess we still have potentially some control over that.
Yep.
And like we said, we got 2 more that will help decide where that goes, and we can't. We got to focus on the next one, and that's our focus from here on until Friday.
Yep. Well, like I said, it's going to be a tough weekend reflecting back on it, but I'm sure the Broncs will bounce back, come back to practice on Monday, and be ready to go. As always, thanks for taking the time. I know after games like this, it's awful tough, and then to have you come up the stands, I apologize for that again, but I always appreciate you coming up and talking to me.
Nope, no problem at all, Brett. I enjoy it, and I appreciate all that you do for us and our fans. And win, lose, or draw, we appreciate you and everything that you do for us.
Well, thank you very much. And our player of the game tonight was Curtis Beam. Would you take that and give that to him?
Yes, sir. I will do that. Thank
you. You betcha. Thanks, Coach. Enjoy the weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next week on senior night.
Yes, sir.
That's Bronc head coach Chris Bamberger. Once again, the Broncs lose it tonight by the score of 55-7. They fall to 4-2 on the season and go to 2-1 in district play as they get ready for senior night next week against Syracuse. Well, that's going to wrap it up here from Cimarron. I want to thank all the great sponsors that make LakinSports.com possible. We definitely couldn't do it without them. We thank J.D. Hem for all the work that he does for LakinSports.com. Unfortunately, he couldn't be with us tonight because of some medical issues, and we wish him well, and we'll see if we can get him back next week for the Syracuse game at Lakin. So, J.D., take care of yourself and get well soon. And didn't catch the name of our camera girl tonight. Did you catch the name?
Fabiola.
Fabiola. A great job on the camera tonight as well. Fabiola Hernandez. And thank her very much for all she's done for us this year. And for everybody involved, I'm Brett Hendricks. I want to thank Jared for stepping out of the bullpen tonight and come on in relief. And Jared, it was a lot of fun working again.
Yeah, it's been an honor to have me.
Listen to you. All right. Well, hey, that's going to do it. Once again, the Broncs lose it by the score of 55-7. Get out tomorrow and support the Lakin cross-country teams as they are at the Lakin Golf Course with the Lakin Invitational. We'll be back on the air next Tuesday with Lady Bronc Volleyball at home on senior night as well. So for everybody involved, I'm Brett Hendricks. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. God bless, and we will see you next week.
Life is too short to be stressed out. Congratulations to our senior candidate, Danny Cruz.